Red.
Holy cow. Zane Harris crushed that one. A long drive towards right center field, and it's gone in the trees. It's from Braithwaite. Swung on and missed, and the ball game is over. The Harbor Hawks have defeated the DeCouta Kettleers. That one is a good long drive towards left field, and gone!
You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Sunday night baseball coming at you from Orleans, Massachusetts, Eldridge Park, the site for today's ball game, which was originally scheduled for 5:30, but it's 6:30, and first pitch is just moments away. Austin, DeCouta, Lincoln, Revill here with you in the broadcast booth as we hit the road today, Lincoln, once again to cap off a 3-game road trip. Unfortunately for Hyannis, the last 2 games, the first 2 legs of the road trip, have been unsuccessful. The Hawks will try to change the recent luck tonight and try to pick up a victory here at Orleans.
Yeah, past couple of games have been pretty tough For the Harbor Hawks, we had a tough 6-1 loss against the Cotuit Kettleers a couple of nights ago. That one only lasting 6 innings, so we didn't really get a chance to make a comeback. And last night, we saw just how much of a late inning team the Harbor Hawks are. We were down 12 runs at one point to the Harwich Mariners, ended up in the 7th and 8th innings, ended up with, I believe it was 10 combined runs in those 2 innings to come back and make it only a 2-run loss at 18-16. So a very interesting game from last night, one of the longest that we've had all year long.
The Harbor Hawks coming up to the plate now. Lincoln, who's in the starting lineup tonight for Hyannis?
Yeah, we're starting off with Clark Elliott, who is about to watch this first pitch come by.
He hits that one up the middle, and Elliott continues an electric night from last night and leads off the ball game with a single up the middle on the first pitch. Elliott reached base safely in all 7 plate appearances last night. 5 walks, a pair of hits. He was on fire and continues to hit the ball well here.
He was. A pair of singles in last night's game. Phenomenal outing from him last night. He just continues to start his he just continues his rally here tonight. Now Dom Johnson, followed by Zane Harris at first base in the 3-hole. Continuing with the lineup here as Nick Romano will be in the cleanup spot at designated hitter. Kyle Ball at shortstop from the 5-hole. Mitch Hardigan will be in the 6-hole batting and playing in left field. Ryan Proto will be behind the plate playing in the 7-hole, followed by Mason Greer. And Ryan Romano will be in the 9-hole to finish us off.
Dom Johnson, who digs in, tried to bunt at the first pitch. Unfortunately, he goes foul off his bat. There was rain in the area all day today down here in Cape Cod. A couple of raindrops falling still. Wind blowing in today here at Eldridge Park, a deep ballpark. 314 to the right field pole is not the deepest part. 359 to right center and 434 to dead center field. Only one player in the history of this ballpark has put one out, and that is Frank Thomas, a baseball Hall of Famer. So shows you the kind of strength it takes to put one out here at Eldridge Park.
Eldridge Park, the longest standing ballpark in the Cape League, established in 1913.
The 0-1 to Dom Johnson misses for a ball. The count evens up at 1-1.
Johnson in last night's game, also with 7 plate appearances. Now 6 plate appearances, that is. He had a triple, a single, and he reached on a walk.
As he lines that one to left field, that's going to fall for a base hit. The Harbor Hawks have their first 2 batters on with back-to-back singles to start things off here in the top of the first.
Well, what a night to start things off for the Harbor Hawks. Back-to-back singles for the top 2 hitters, and then Zane Harris and Nick Romano, a pair of heavy hitters for the Harbor Hawks, the next 2 batters up at the plate.
Zane Harris gets ready to take his first at-bat of the night. He was 1 for 4 last night with an RBI as well as a walk. That was before he was substituted for by Caden Rose, who came in. A solid night for the Wright State slugger, who looks to pick up an early RBI here.
Had that RBI double dropping just fair down the third base line. A fantastic hit from him in yesterday's ball game.
First pitch to Harris, misses outside for a ball, the count 1-0. Harris had an RBI against Cotuit as well. Was a sac fly in that ball game, so back-to-back games with an RBI for Zane. Sporting that Harbor Hawks colored bat, stands in from the left-handed batter's box.
A beautiful colored piece of wood. He hasn't had that all season long. It must have been only a couple of games. We just noticed it for the first time last night.
Kirkering comes set, takes a look at the runner at second and fires home. Harris swings and fouls it off as the count evens up at 1-1. Orion Kirkering on the hill tonight for the Firebirds. This is his second start of the year. He's fired 10 innings, allowed 10 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Good for a 6.30 ERA. We'll see what Kirkering can do tonight to try to limit the Harbor Hawks offense coming off a game where they scored 16 runs. The 1-1 on its way to Zane Harris. Kirkering fires and it's popped up. It's going to get out of play and onto the road right behind third base. The count 1-2 to Zane Harris. Kirkering a long look in at the signs as we take a look at the defense tonight for the Firebirds. Mickens behind the plate. Locklear at third, Blackwell at short, that's Chatinier at second, Harmon at first. Keischel in left, McKenzie in center, DeLauder in right. The pitch to Harris is lined back off the netting.
We've seen just how much of a warrior Harris can be at the plate. Last night at one point, in one at bat, down 0-2, ended up bringing back that count to full and then ended up drawing a walk. Just a fabulous at bat from him, and he's really stepped up to the plate in the past, or stepped up to the plate, so to speak, in his last couple of weeks.
Count holds at 1-2 to Zane Harris. Long look in at the signs by Kirkering. He comes set. Again, a glance at Elliott on second. Fires home and misses with a ball, 2-2 the count. Zane Harris had a sensational 2021 season at Wright State, batting .347 with 5 homers, 55 RBI, and he only struck out 23 times in 42 games played. A sensational hitter. 2-2. Cut on and miss as Harris goes down swinging. A big out number 1 for Orleans.
Yeah, good breaking ball there from Kirkering. He just dropped it underneath the bat of Harris. He couldn't make contact with it. Good first out for the Firebirds.
That brings up Nick Romano in the lineup today at designated hitter. Romano in last night's ball game was 1 for 7 with 2 runs scored. His average on the year now at .278. The first baseman / designated hitter for the Harborhawks is Romano. He used to play a little bit of third base, but no longer does. Double steal here as the throw to third is not in time. A double steal for Hyannis as the pitch misses for a ball. Clark Elliott gets third, Dom Johnson gets second, and the Harborhawks have runners in scoring position. A good chance to take an early lead here in Orleans.
And Elliott's perfect steal streak continues as he's really piling them on here in his past few games as well.
Now 7 for 7 on the year is Elliott. Dom Johnson now 5 of 6 on the season. Good double steal to see the Harborhawks be aggressive. The count 1-0 to Nick Romano. Kirkering takes a long look at the signs from McNiss. He comes set, stares in and checks the runner at 30. Fires to the plate, ground ball to third. It's going to go foul. Count will even up at 1-1. A good effort over there by Locklear, but could not get it in fair territory. It's Clark Elliott on third, Dom Johnson on second. Each of them had a single earlier in this inning. For just joining us, Austin, DeCouta, Lincoln, Revill here with you in the broadcast setup at Eldridge Park. The count 1-1 to Romano. The pitch from Kirkering, breaking ball, that miscalled strike, late call. 1-2 the count. Long delay before he turned and called that one a strike. The count 1-2.
You mentioned we're here in the broadcast setup. This is a little interesting setup here for both broadcast teams. This is the first time at Eldridge Park here that the home broadcast team has also been outside the booth with us.
That's their normal setup for the season. All other teams usually are in broadcast booths above. The pitch to Romano misses for a ball. The count will even up at 2-2. Romano joined the team along with Trent Taylor, who we saw last night at second base. Taylor also an outfielder. They came over from the Pittsfield Suns of the FCBL. They were playing there this summer. Got the call from manager Gary Calhoun and made the trip to Hyannis to join the prestigious Cape Cod League. The 2-2 is fouled off, out of play, so the count will hold where it is.
Yeah, the Harborhawks really got a pair of solid players from UCF. They've had a good first couple of games, and they're really adding a lot to this Harborhawks squad so far.
Kirkering takes a look at the signs from McNiss. Comes set. Runners on second and third, 1 away. The pitch. Breaking ball hit hard between short and third. A diving stop by Locklear. The throw to first is in time. They do get Romano, but the runner Elliott's going to score, and Hyannis has jumped out to an early 1-0 lead thanks to an RBI ground out from Nick Romano.
Well, although Romano did not reach base, it was a close play. He really hustled it out there, but although he didn't reach safely, he did his job scoring Elliott from third, and the Harborhawks now out to an early lead. Well done from Romano.
2 away, which brings up Kyle Ball, the shortstop from Stetson, with another runner on third in the form of Dom Johnson. He has good speed, so a pass ball, you could be looking at a 2-0 game. 2 away, Ball steps in. Kirkering looking to get himself out of further trouble. First pitch, inside for a ball, 1-0.
Johnson over on third was also brought home at one point in last night's game on a pass ball, showing off his speed once again.
Kyle Ball had the day off yesterday in that ball game that spanned 4 hours and 29 minutes. As that one misses inside, the count moves to 2-0. Certainly one of the most certainly one of the longest games of the season here in the Cape League, if not the longest.
Yeah, lots of records broken, as that game last night was also the highest scoring game in the history of Point Streak, which is basically the league-wide live cast for all the games here.
Since they've started keeping track of the stats in that online setting since 2012. That is the highest scoring Cape League baseball game. Final score of 18-16. The count to Kyle Ball 2-1. Kirkering comes set and fires. That one misses high and in, 3-1 the count.
Now the interesting thing is that Hyannis and Harwich have 2 of the top 5 games. Number 1 at 34 runs combined, and then number 4 at 27 runs combined, where we played the Mariners a couple weeks ago and ended in a 15-12 loss.
The 3-1 on its way. Inside ball 4. Kyle Ball draws a walk. He came into the ball game as the walk leader on the Harbor Hawks, and he continues to lead the team as he adds another. The 18th walk of the year for the Stetson shortstop. That extends the inning. Another batter puts runners on the corners for Hyannis with 1 run already home in the inning and 2 away.
Yeah, Ball adding on to that 320 on-base percentage. He's been very good at just really being disciplined at the plate and finding ways to get on base any way he can, and he's showing it off here by drawing a walk.
Mitch Hardigan now in. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it back off the backstop. 0-1 the count. Hardigan was in yesterday's lineup as well. He was 1 for 4, 2 runs scored and 2 RBI in that ball game. Pitch to Hardigan in the dirt and low. Kyle Ball will take second base as he extends 90 feet, which puts runners at second and third now with 2 away. And that, more importantly, takes out the short out going to second. So the Firebirds get a ground ball. They're going to have to go to first, try to get Hardigan.
I'm liking all the aggressive base running that I'm seeing from the Harbor Hawks. Already 3 stolen bases in this inning.
The count 1-1 to Mitch Hardigan. Ground ball, foul. Hardigan grounds it foul. The count 1-2. 2 away here. Runners on second and third. Ball at second. Dom Johnson at third. Clark Elliott singled to lead off the ball game. He would later come around to score on a Nick Romano ground out. Kirkering comes set. He fires the 1-2. Low in the dirt, 2-2. Great take there by Mitch Hardigan on a tough breaking ball. The count evens up at 2-2. 2-2. 2 away. Good chance here for Hardigan. The pitch from Kirkering. Dropped off the glove of the catcher. Mickness, Johnson on his way home. He's going to score. The Harbor Hawks extend their lead. It's 2-0 here on the top of the first.
Yep, Austin, I have to say the hat is about as good as retired.
The lucky hat is gone?
Yeah, figured it has done its damage here. I'll try it once I get back to Texas. Maybe it's just a Texas thing. It only works back in Texas, you know?
You never know. So the runners advance 90 feet, which brings Johnson home. Puts Kyle Ball at third. Hyannis with a 2-0 lead now. The count is full to Mitch Hardigan. 3-2, 2 away. Here comes the pitch from Kirkering. Hardigan swings at it, hits it on the ground to short. Blackwell, the throw on the run is in time. Blackwell flashes the leather to end the inning, but the Harbor Hawks strike for 2 as they lead it 2-0 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
The bottom of the first inning on its way from Eldridge Park in just a moment, but first let's take a look at who's in the starting lineup tonight for the home team, the Orleans Firebirds. It's Peyton Chatinier, the second baseman, leading it off. Luke Keeshall, the left fielder, will be in the 2-hole. Chase DeLauder, the right fielder, batting third. Batting cleanup, Tyler Locklear, the third baseman, who we saw make a sensational diving play earlier on the top of the first. Batting fifth, Jared McKenzie, the center fielder. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Corey Acton. Batting seventh, Trey Harmon, the first baseman. Batting eighth, the catcher, Justin McNiss. Batting ninth, Benjamin Blackwell, the shortstop. And a solid Orleans lineup top to bottom. We'll see them in just a moment as Adrian Saravo toes the rubber for Hyannis. Saravo fires his last warm-up toss to Ryan Proto, and we're almost underway here for the bottom of the first. Hyannis leads it 2-0 after an impressive top of the first. Saw a couple of hits by the 1-2 hitters and Elliott Johnson. They were driven home by Romano, a RBI ground out, and then Johnson came home after a pass ball while Mitch Hardigan was at the dish. Peyton Chatinier getting ready to lead us off. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the broadcast booth, we'll call it, from Eldridge Park in Orleans, one of the most historic ballparks in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Adrian Saravo back on the hill for Hyannis tonight. He has been one of the best. He is an all-star. In 5 starts, he's at a 1.74 ERA. The first pitch of the night from Saravo misses to Chatinier for a ball inside.
Yeah, Saravo in his time this season has allowed 15 hits, 4 earned runs, 7 walks, and he's struck out 14.
The 1-0 on its way to Chatinier. Chatinier will foul that one off down the first base line, out of play, 1-1 the count.
Starting to feel a couple of small raindrops here.
Let's
blowing
hope it's
underneath
nothing
the
serious.
blowing underneath the awning here, or the tent, as you might call it.
Chatinier comes into the ball game at .288 on the season with 4 homers, 11 RBI. The 1-1 inside, 2-1 the count. Lots of power top to bottom in this Orleans lineup.
Orleans, one of the heaviest hitting teams in the Cape. Whenever they find runs, they find them in droves.
Pitch on its way from Saravo, comes in and hits Chatinier on the elbow, so he'll reach base safely to lead us off in the bottom of the first on the hit by pitch.
Good idea from Saravo. He tried to go with the up and in fastball, but just a little too far inside, as that ended up going off of the upper arm of Chatinier, and he reaches base safely.
Chatinier has good speed at first. He's 5 for 6 on stolen bases this season, so you have to keep an eye on him. That'll bring up Luke Keeshall. Keeshall on the season. We've seen him a couple of times. Comes into the ball game, batting .409. Makes him 18 of 44. The first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. Saravo from the stretch. The pitch is lined hard up the middle. Romano at second, flips on the ball at short. The throw to first is in time. A 4-6-3 double play turned by the Hyannis middle infield, and suddenly there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
A good hard hit ground ball from Keeshall, and sadly, or fortunately for the Harbor Hawks, that is, sadly for him, hit straight up to Romano, who was able to pick that one up, toss it over to Ball, who made an impressive throw from second on to first for that second out. A good double play for the Harbor Hawks here.
Here comes one of the most dangerous hitters in Cape Cod in the form of Chase DeLauder. DeLauder on the season is tied for the league lead in home runs with 8. He's tied with his teammate, Tyler Locklear. They each have 8. 8 apiece, and they're batting back-to-back in the order 3-4. Pitch to DeLauder, misses for a ball. The count 1-1.
Yeah, we're coming up. This is a rubber match, so to speak, between the Firebirds and the Harbor Hawks, tied at 1 game apiece.
That one in the dirt for a ball. The count moves to 2-1.
Last game against the Firebirds ended in our decisive victory with a 13-1 win over the Firebirds. They ended up taking game number 1 earlier on this season.
Both of those games were at McKeon Park in Hyannis, the first and only time the Harbor Hawks will travel here to Orleans. The count 2-1 to DeLauder. The pitch. That one's hit on a line to right field, and it's hit hard. It's going to get by Dom Johnson into the wall. DeLauder rounds first, heading for second. The throw from right field is into the cutoff man Romano, and in standing at second is Chase DeLauder with a 2-out double.
A very well hit ball there from DeLauder, and as you mentioned, he's one of the biggest hitters in the Cape, and that's just showing why. And Johnson with a good leap on it, he just took a bad angle to get to it, and it ended up rolling past him. He had to run after it, but still a very hard hit there from DeLauder.
And here comes the other half of the 3-4 tag team that each has 8 home runs for the Firebirds. Tyler Locklear digs in. He's the third baseman. And tonight's ball game already has an impressive play at third. Locklear batting .253, but with the 8 homers and the 22 RBI, he finds himself amongst the leaders in Cape Cod. Saravo from the stretch fires a first pitch breaking ball that's hit weakly on the ground to third. It's back by the glove of Mason Greer at third. Rounding third, heading into home is DeLauder. He's going to score. Locklear pulls up to second after the error, and the Firebirds get one back. It's 2-1.
An unfortunate bounce there off underneath the glove of Greer. He tried to scoop that one up, and he started moving towards first a bit too early there. He didn't wait until the ball was in his glove before he started going to first base. So it was just a matter of starting a bit too early and getting a bit too aggressive before making the play.
Jared McKenzie due up. Let's take a look at the Harbor Hawks defensive setup. It's Ryan Proto behind the plate, Mason Greer at third, Kyle Ball at short, Ryan Romano at second, Zane Harris at first, Mitch Hardigan in left, Clark Elliott in center, Dom Johnson in right. 2 away here in the inning. First pitch to McKenzie, on its way from Saravo. It's a fastball, it's at the knees, and it's a strike, 0-1. Locklear stands on second after he came all the way around from home to second on that error. Count 0-1 to McKenzie. Comes into this at bat hitting .194 on the season with 3 RBI. That one is cut on and missed. 0-2 the count. Over the top of that changeup. Good pitch from Saravo.
McKenzie sporting dark green and gold batting gloves. The famous colors of course, Baylor University, the school where he attends, home of the Bears. Just about 45 minutes from my hometown. I drive past McLean Stadium almost every time I go to Waco.
0-2 to McKenzie. Saravo comes set, glances at the runner at second, and fires home. It's a nice breaking ball, which gets McKenzie chasing for out number 3. Orleans brings a run across thanks to an error, but it was set up by a nice double by Chase DeLauder, who continues to hit. Hyannis still holds a 2-1 lead here from Orleans.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
The Centerville native Ryan Proto gets ready to lead us off here in the top of the second inning. It's 7-8-9. Proto, Greer, Romano due up for Hyannis, who holds a 2-1 lead over Orleans. The first pitch from Kirkering is a ball outside, 1-0 the count to Proto. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth as Hyannis back at the dish, looking to add on to their lead. Called strike on the breaking ball, 1-1 the count.
Proto got his last action in that shortened game against the Cotuit Kettleers, where he went 0 for 2 with a flyout, and then he struck out on a drop third strike.
Proto hits that one back to the pitcher, Kirkering. He fires on to first, and a fastball, to say the least, going to first. Nearly took Harmon off the bag, but he holds on for out number 1, 1-3 on the putout.
Yeah, Proto made contact. Unfortunately, it was right up the middle to the pitcher, Kirkering, and Kirkering, I think, kind of underestimated the power that he had in his arm going to that throw to first. As you said, it was on a dart. And fortunately for the Firebirds, Harmon was able to keep his foot on the bag as he made the grab.
That brings up Mason Greer with one away. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it off down towards the first base coach's box where Harbor Hawks manager Gary Calhoun stands. It's Calhoun who coaches first, the hitting coach Travis Poole who coaches third for Hyannis. Count now 0-1 to Mason Greer. We did not see Greer last night at Harwich, a long game lasting 4 hours and 29 minutes. So a couple of substitutions in that ball game. The 0-1 to Greer. He hits that one foul as well. The count moves to 0-2. We've seen Mason Greer at first base and third this season. He's at third tonight. Looking to fight off a tough pitch here from Kirkering, the 0-2. We've seen him bring some good breaking balls late in counts. A long stare at the signs from McNiss. Kirkering comes set, fires the 0-2. Breaking ball outside, 1-2 the count. A windy night here at Eldridge Park as the wind seems to be blowing in. Gonna have to really put a charge behind one to get it over here, especially with the deep center field at the ballpark. As we mentioned, it's 434 to dead center. The 1-2, Greer checked his swing. They're gonna see if he went around, and they will say, no, he did not. They'll check with the third base umpire. No swing, so the count will even up at 2-2. A little bit of a scramble as Greer didn't know whether to run to first on a drop third strike or not. But the ultimate call is that he did not swing. The count, 2-2.
And as you mentioned, windy, cool, very cool night here.
The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. A good battle for Mason Greer, who was down 0-2 but has worked his way back into this count. Ryan Romano on deck for the Harbor Hawks. Then the top of the order will follow. The 3-2 to Greer. Fouled off, he stays alive.
Greer, great example of just how we've mentioned it quite a few times this season, how resilient the Harbor Hawks lineup is, and really the whole roster, and how aggressive they can be at the plate but disciplined at the same time.
Kirkering comes set. Mickens sets up the pitch. Greer lofts that one to right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Mason Greer with a one-out single as that one drops just in front of DeLauder. Nice piece of hitting by Greer, and there's a runner on first with one away.
A perfectly placed bloop there for Mason Greer on that single that lofted just over the head of Chatinier and just out of reach of DeLauder. So a good base hit for Greer to start him off tonight.
That'll bring up Ryan Romano, Florida State infielder. Romano was in yesterday's lineup. He was 1 for 5 with 2 RBI. As that pitch is in the dirt, it gets way away from McNiss, the catcher. Greer moves up 90 feet. He's now in scoring position with one away.
Yeah, good attempt there from McNiss. He got in front of it, but it just bounced off the side of him. And a very unfortunate bounce as that hit the grass, and it just kept on bouncing and rolling. And Greer was able to reach second base extremely easily on that pass ball.
A relatively deep backstop here at Eldridge Park. Not the deepest we've seen. Not as deep as Harwich last night. That one could send guys running for a couple of bases. The count 1-0 to Romano. Kirkering comes home. Romano hits it hard on the ground up the middle. Fielded at short by Blackwell. A quick bobble to throw to first is not in time. The bobble at short may have cost him as Ryan Romano reaches base, which puts runners on the corners for the hottest hitter in Cape Cod in the form of Clark Elliott.
Elliott having a ecstatic couple of games. As you mentioned, he was reached base 7 times, which was a Cape League best since 2012 when Jay Gonzalez of Orleans did it.
Elliott has raised his season average to 364. Runners on the corners, Romano at first, Mason Greer 90 feet away at third. Hyannis with a 2-1 lead with a chance to tack on. First pitch to Elliott, misses outside, the count 1-0. We may see Romano in motion here as the Hawks look to avoid a double play. Elliott also with a homer and 5 RBIs. As we mentioned, he stole his 7th bag earlier, showing just how much of a 5-tool player he is. The runner goes, the throw is low. The throw to second is not in time. Romano slides under the tag. Great slide by Ryan Romano as the throw may have beat him on the ball, as Mickness had to pick it out of the dirt and fire, and he did just that, but Ryan Romano slides under the tag.
Yeah, Mickness with an amazing throw over to second base. It beat Romano. Plenty of time for the tag, but Romano was able to avoid the tag and get to second safely.
So runners on second and third for Elliott.
Elliott sporting his Michigan cleats, University of Michigan.
The count 2-0, the pitch. Misses outside, 3-0. One away. Here in the top of the second, Hyannis leads it 2-1 after 2 runs came home, and they're just going to decide to... I think they just intentionally walked Elliott. That's what it seems to be, so they'll just give him ball 4, which loads the bases for Dom Johnson.
I haven't seen that before, where you throw 3 balls to a batter and then just give him a free base there.
I've seen it a couple of times once you just decide. Now first base becomes open, so rather than try to fit a couple strikes in, you just let him have it. Now that puts the double play in effect. So we'll see what they do. Bases are loaded for Dom Johnson, who's 1 for 1 on the night, as a mound visit taking place on the mound currently with the Orleans pitching coach.
A unique seating arrangement here at Eldridge Park. It's by far the stadium in the Cape with the least amount of traditional seating, just a couple of small bleachers down that first base side of the backstop here. The rest of the seating here are just a number of hills. It's really a hill that's been tiered a little bit, and people just bring out lawn chairs, blankets, whatever they can, and just sit down in the grass and enjoy the game.
The mound visit from pitching coach Matt Troop concludes. Kerkering now has to face Dom Johnson, who's 1 for 1 with a single stolen base and a run scored. Johnson will step out, ask for time, and look to get reset. Still 1 out in the inning. Ryan Proto led off the inning with a ground out, followed by Mason Greer reaching on a single. Romano reached on an error, and Elliott was walked. The bases are loaded as Johnson swings at the first pitch and pops it up. It's going to drift out of play, 0-1 the count. Dom Johnson has raised his season average to 250. He has 2 homers, 8 RBI. A pair of home runs, one to right center field at McKeon Park, the other a pretty well hit ball to left field at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth. Johnson hits the ball really well to all fields. The pitch, a hefty swing, as you would say, Lincoln. Behind that one, 0-2. A fastball there. And Johnson looking to put the ball in play here to help Hyannis try to get another run across and extend their lead.
Now Clark Elliott now, who stands on first for the second time tonight, he's reached base in 10 straight plate appearances.
Johnson hits that one hard on the ground to short. Blackwell to second for 1. The throw on to first is not in time as Johnson runs well. The Firebirds do get an out, but more importantly, the Harborhawks do get a run. It's 3-1.
Fortunately for the Harborhawks, the double play could not be made. A good run coming in and extend our lead now to 3-1.
That brings up Zane Harris. Gets the start at first base today. Runners on the corners, Johnson at first, Romano at third. We've seen the Harborhawks incredibly aggressive on the bases to this point with 4 stolen bases already. Johnson has 1 of them. That stolen base made Dom Johnson 5 for 6 on the year. We'll see if he'll attempt to go 6 for 7. Zane Harris at the plate. Orion Kerkering still on the mound. He comes set. Johnson started to go, but did not. He retreats to first base, and the first pitch is ball 1 to Zane Harris.
Now with 2 away here, we know Johnson has some speed. Do you think he might try to make a steal here?
I would
second
think
base?
so. trying to make the Firebirds go across the diamond. The 1-0 to Harris. Misses low, 2-0. Kirkering having a little bit of trouble finding the zone. The Orleans bullpen is out in right center field. Nobody warming yet. Just a couple of players standing around drinking their water. 2-0 to count. Harris at the dish as a pickoff move to first, but Dom Johnson is back in sliding.
It's an interesting little setup that the Firebird bullpen has. Is their seating area is really a almost like a symphony pit sort of thing. It's like a little stage for like an orchestra. I don't know what exactly you'd call that. It has a sign, but
yeah, it says the field house and bandstand.
Bandstand.
So there must
be
some concerts.
Not a grandstand, a bandstand.
The pitch to Harris. Can't find the zone, and the count moves to 3-0. Now, I don't think we'll see Johnson moving here at this point in the at-bat.
No.
He could. We'll see, though, where the pitch is. 3-0 to Harris. Dom Johnson at first. Ryan Romano at third. The pitch from Kirkering. Misses for ball 4. That loads the bases once more as Hyannis continues to put runners on base.
Another good eyes from Zane Harris there, just drawing a 4-pitch walk, continuing the inning for the Harbor Hawks, and now a chance for Nick Romano to really do some damage here. A chance for at least 2 RBIs.
The bases are loaded for Romano. The designated hitter from UCF has an RBI on a ground out tonight. Kirkering looking to work himself out of danger. Hyannis already leads it 3-1. The pitch to Romano. He swings at a breaking ball and can't connect. 0-1. Big swing as his hand flies off the bat. He tightens his batting gloves a bit and resets. Kirkering stares down. McNiss for the signs. Comes set. The 0-1. Fouled off. The count will move to 0-2. Romano going to come through here for Hyannis. Long look at the signs from Kirkering. 0-2 the count with the bases loaded. The pitch. Outside 1-2. Fastball could not find the zone.
Romano has found contact with the ball in his last 4 appearances. He's reached base safely twice on an error and a base hit.
The 1-2. In the dirt, Romano can't connect. The drop third strike will just be stepped on home plate by McNiss to end the inning as the Harbor Hawks do add another. It's 3-1, but leave the bases loaded to end the top of the second.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujols. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Adrian Saravo for the bottom of the second as he fires a fastball that can't find the zone. 1-0 the count. Corey Acton digs in at 6, 7, 8. Due up, Acton, Harmon, McNiss. Acton at DH tonight. We've seen him before in the Firebird red. That one, a called strike. 1-1 the count. Acton on the season batting .265. No homers, 2 RBI. That one is hit on a line to left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Hardigan picks it up before it rolls to the gap. And it's a leadoff single for Acton.
Good piece of contact there for Corey Acton. He was able to hit that one into opposite field and drop it just in front of Mitch Hardigan for a base hit. A good start to this second inning.
That'll bring up Trey Harmon, the first baseman. Saravo back on the hill for Hyannis. He did allow 1 unearned run in the bottom of the first. Hyannis with a 3-1 lead over Orleans. Acton with 2 stolen bases in 2 attempts on the year. As Harmon fishes at a breaking ball in the dirt, 0-1 as he comes up empty. Oh, 1 the count. Saravo back on the hill. Adrian Saravo, a avid Blue Jays fan from New Hampshire. The pitch. That ball is skied down the left field line and foul out of play. He hit that ball a mile, but could not keep it fair. The count moves to 0-2. Harmon on the season, 6 for 22 with 2 RBI. He's 1 for 3 against Adrian Saravo on the year.
What did he say?
Saravo comes set the 0-2. Can't connect. A fastball up in the zone. Gets Harmon swinging, and it's a big out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
Out number 1, strikeout number 1 for Adrian Saravo. And in that at-bat we've seen, strikeout number 2 for Saravo actually, as we saw that amazing breaking ball that he has in his arsenal in that at-bat.
Justin McNiss, the catcher, digs in. 9 for 35 on the year. That's good for a .257 average as a pickoff move to first, but Acton is back in standing. McNiss, no homers, 3 RBI. He's the starting catcher tonight for the Firebirds.
He didn't have to stop or anything. He didn't have to even slow down probably.
Saravo comes set. Long pause from the right-hander from Weatherford, but time is called.
So there's my sad stories for the last couple of days. What about y'all?
That is crazy.
Adrian Saravo, a decorated pitcher at Weatherford College. In 15 starts this year, he fired 76 2/3 innings pitched and struck out 103.
Yeah, same. And I had a very good.
He also fired a no-hitter, 7 innings, no hits, runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts against Vernon College in April. That ball is in the dirt, and it gets to the backstop, so advancing to second is Acton, which puts a runner in scoring position.
Yeah.
You like waitress or something?
Yeah.
You like it?
It's fun, yeah. Yesterday was my last day there.
Nice.
I'm leaving the day after we're done.
Did you know that soon?
Yeah.
I'm leaving a couple
So I
days.
literally only have a week and a half left.
I'm staying till like the 10th.
Big chance for the Firebirds to inch closer to that deficit here with McNiss at the plate. Runner in scoring position in Corey Acton. Harbor Hawks need an important second out here.
Saravo fires home the breaking ball. Can't find the zone.
From Hyannis.
Beautiful pitch, just barely missing the zone there. Looking to find that outside corner. A good frame job there from Proto.
2-0 the count to Acton. To McNiss, rather.
Yeah, I'm another hour, Pat. Like, I see Taunton, and it's another 50 miles to where I live. It's not bad. I mean, you're from Texas, so.
The pitch.
Hey, what part of
Called strike, 2-1. Saravo finds the
Or
zone.
is that from Houston? No.
Quiet night here in Orleans.
Except for the occasional random scream coming from the crowd here.
No.
That's the bird mascot. I don't know if it's the official team mascot, but that's definitely him yelling. The 2-1. In the dirt, blocked by Proto. Nice block by the UMass Lowell catcher.
Maybe.
3-1 the count.
I know that the guy in the bird costume, he makes it to every single game. Every home game at least, so. If he's not the official mascot, he's missing a good opportunity to be.
Not post.
3-1 the count.
It's not back on.
You like the cherry on top?
Yeah, it is the cherry on top.
McNiss at the plate looking to pick up the runner at second in Acton. The pitch in the dirt, and Saravo loses McNiss here. He allows the walk, which puts runners on first and second now with one away.
Now the good thing here is that lots of different ways you can get outs. All three bags are hot. Chance for a orthodox double play here, and also the infield fly rule comes into effect. So multiple outages for possible outages for the Harbor Hawks.
Pitching coach Korn steps in. As Coach Korn's going to chat with Saravo and the catcher Ryan Proto. Come up with a plan of attack here to try and get out of danger. 3-1 the score. Hyannis took an early 2-0 lead. Orleans got one back in the bottom of the first, but the Harbor Hawks tacked on another in the top of the second. Adrian Saravo looking to limit the Firebirds here and hold the Hyannis lead.
Time to see if the Korn effect can come into play here tonight.
Usually after Coach Korn's mound visits, the pitchers find success and find their way back into the zone.
Korn able to fix and mend even the tiniest of adjustments for his pitchers.
Benjamin Blackwell, the shortstop, getting ready to take his first cuts of the night. Saravo comes set, Acton on second, McNiss at first. First pitch gets away from Proto a bit, but not far enough for the runners to advance, as Blackwell had shown bunt, but he pulled back in time. It's 1-0.
Blackwell, originally from the University of Dayton, he announced a couple days ago that he'll be transferring to Clemson, same school as our sideline reporter Taylor Farmer, who will be coming up later on in tonight's game.
Saravo comes set, the count 1-0. He fires, can't find the zone, 2-0.
Saravo pounding the border of the strike zone tonight. He's been close many times. It's just a matter of getting that fine line and finding the zone.
Another longer ball game approaching tonight, Lincoln. After last night's 4.5-hour ball game, we are about 45 minutes. We're in the bottom of the second here with one away. Saravo comes set, takes a look at the runner at second, and fires home. That one is skied down the right field line off towards the fans on the hill, and it's going to fall for a souvenir as the count moves to 2-1.
Lots of those fans are pretty vulnerable out there in the outfield. There's not much to run away from. You're not in a position to get up and run away. You're sitting on the grass, so your best bet is just leaning to the side and hoping that you don't get hit.
There's a pair of bleachers here next to the press box directly behind home plate. But other than that, it's pretty much all hill to sit on. There is one small bleacher behind the right field fence. Pitch misses, 3-1 the count now. Saravo having a little bit of trouble locating.
Important out here to get for the Harbor Hawks. You can't afford to load the bases up with the top of the lineup coming up.
3-1 the count to Blackwell. Romano moves over to second in case Saravo wants to fire a pickoff move. Instead, Saravo goes home and finds the zone with a strike. The count moves to 3-2.
That pitch was right down the heart of the plate from Saravo. A beautiful, beautiful fastball for strike two.
Blackwell, 162 coming into this at bat. Would be a huge boost if he can come through for his team here. Key situation for the Firebirds, just one away, runners on first and second.
But it's like Or things that they like say.
Saravo's going to step off and reset.
Birdman is vocal, to say the least.
Oh,
Holy
he's
cow.
making his presence known here at Eldridge Park.
Every 2 seconds. Oh, everything.
It's not even words. He's just yelling.
Yeah.
The 3-2 misses for ball 4, which is going to load the bases for the Firebirds and bring back up the top of the order. Blackwell draws a walk. Saravo in a bit of danger, Lincoln, but a double play could get himself quickly out of that same danger.
Saravo only with 2 walks so far. Now, last night might be another record. Combined 30 runners left on base, and quite a few walks there, as there were, I believe,
23
walks? I think.
Yeah, it was 23.
23 out of the 30. Yeah,
I mean, the
so
whips
many
for the
walks, yeah.
pitchers have inflated a bit.
Uh-huh.
The walks to hits, innings pitched, those have grown just a bit for those who pitched last night. Unfortunately, it was just one of those games, Lincoln. You have those occasionally where it's, no matter who you bring in, it's one of those games.
Now, Hyannis only walking 7.
Not a bad night for their pitchers in terms of location.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 walks, it's a little more than you'd like to allow, but
Yeah. On the other hand, where the Mariners had 16.
right, you'll be okay if you're
Yeah.
Hyannis in that
Yeah.
situation. Unfortunately, the Harbor Hawks could not overcome the early Mariners lead. As it was 18-6 at one point in that ball game.
Yeah.
Pitch from Saravo is skied high and deep to left field. Hardigan ranging back on it, and it is down, it looks like. As Hardigan may have ran into the wall. It's hard to see from this vantage point. And Hardigan makes a catch, it appears. Lincoln, we can't see the left field corner at all here at Eldridge Park, so we're kind of guessing. But based on the scoreboard now, Hardigan makes the catch, so it goes down as a sac fly for Chatinier.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening out
Can't
there.
see anything past about 15 feet behind third base from my angle. You have a pole and part of your way.
Yeah, I see Mason Greer. That's it. I can't see anything beyond Greer.
Left field is a mystery, but there are 2 away. A run does come home. That was Acton. Runners on first and second. McNiss at second, Blackwell at first. Now Keyshaw back at the plate. Luke Keyshaw grounded into a double play back in the bottom of the first, which paused some momentum for the Firebirds, but thanks to a double from Chase DeLauder and a hard hit ball from Locklear, the Firebirds got a run. 2 away, runners on first and second.
Now, what I will say is that evidently Hardigan did make the catch out there in left field, and if you did run into the wall, as you said, Austin, a phenomenal catch on his part, because running into a wall as you catch a ball, everybody knows that's a very difficult play to make.
The count is 1-1 to Keishel. And Lincoln, it was hard to see, but it did appear, and I saw him kind of bang up near the wall.
It was close. Definitely close, if anything.
1-1 is scorched in between short and third, and emphatically waving home. McNiss is the third base coach as he'll score, and we are tied here at Eldridge Park. An RBI single from Luke Keishel. All knotted up at 3, still in the bottom of the second.
Well, what more could you ask for from a rubber match between these two teams? 1 win apiece, and now a tie game, an evenly matched game so far between these two teams, and we're in for a good one tonight.
Chase DeLauder steps in for the second time. He doubled and scored back in inning number 1. Runners at first and third with 2 away. Big spot here for Saravo to try to work himself out of danger and keep this game tied at 3.
I talked to Kevin a month before I even came out here, so like 2 months.
Saravo comes set and fires. First pitch, a called strike.
So I talked to Kevin for like 2 months. Then
Well, Saravo's finding the zone. He's only walked 2 people. He's hit 1, so he's allowed 3 free bases. It's not a terrible night for him. He's finding the zone. The Firebirds are just putting it in play, showing why they're one of the hottest hitting teams in the Cape.
0-1 the count to DeLauder. Picked up that double earlier in the ball game and makes some loud contact high and deep to left field. Mitch Hardigan seems to be under it. He does make the catch to end the inning but the Firebirds strike for 2. We are tied at 3.
So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Top of the third on its way in a moment from Eldridge Park on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
Kyle Ball set to lead us off in the top of the third as Hyannis looks to reclaim the lead. It's now knotted up at 3. Austin DeCouta and Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth. Lincoln, an exciting back-and-forth battle between two teams who have had some battles this season.
Yeah, we're in for an action-packed night tonight. Both teams want this win badly.
After last night's game, I thought we were all action-packed out, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The count is 1-0 to Kyle Ball as the first pitch missed low. The 1-0 on its way. That misses as well, 2-0. Ball, Hardigan, and Proto due up for Hyannis. 5, 6, 7. Kyle Ball reached on a walk back in inning number 1. He then swiped at second base. Pitch. Called strike, 2-1 the count. Kyle Ball with 7 RBI on the season and the team leader in walks, as mentioned. He picked up another walk, which brought his season total to 18 as that one is chopped back to the mound. The flip on to first is in time. Kyle Ball goes down on a 1-3 putout. 1 away.
Another little dribbler up the middle. Easily picked up by Kirkering and a good first out for the Firebirds.
Kirkering stumbled a bit out of the gate, allowing Hyannis to score 2 in the first, but he's recovered a bit here. Still not the cleanest start. He's looking to turn things around here. The pitch to Mitch Hardigan, a called strike, a little bit low, but apparently it finds the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, like you said, just a rough start for Kirkering. He's just south of his 60th pitch. This will actually be his 60th pitch coming up.
The 0-1 on its way. In the dirt, 1-1 the count as it bangs off home plate umpire Louis DeLucy. Hardigan, the Florida Atlantic outfielder, started to swing the bat much better as of late. Had a 3-hit ball game just about a week ago. Had a hit last night.
Yeah, he ended up reaching base 3 times last night after being hit by a pitch. He got hit by 2 pitches in last night's game, once in the second and once in that 8th inning. And then also had a sacrifice fly as well, along with a single.
It's behind in the count here, 1-2. Kirkering comes set and fires the 1-2. It's a fastball, and Hardigan timed it perfectly, drives it back up the middle for a single. A 1-out base hit from Mitch Hardigan puts a runner at first for Ryan Proto.
And Hardigan's bat continues to be hot here as he rips that one back up the middle. Kirkering able to avoid it, and that one through for a base hit. Good job there from Hardigan to start us off with 1 away.
In steps the catcher Ryan Proto from Centerville, Mass, getting to play for his local Hyannis Harbor Hawks. He's become a mainstay in the lineup, alternating with Caleb Pendleton. We've seen a little bit of Joey Raffelli, the third catcher now on the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, both Pendleton and Raffelli ended up making appearances last night. Proto was the only catcher that did not make an appearance in last night's game.
Pitch to Proto, gets by the catcher Mickness, and that's going to allow Mitch Hardigan to move into scoring position. 1-0 the count to the UMass Lowell catcher. A runner in scoring position for Proto. He comes into this ball game, or into this at bat rather, batting .261 with 4 RBI. Mason Greer on deck for Hyannis. Kirkering comes set and fires. It's a fastball that Proto gets a piece of and fouls it off the netting. Just behind that one a bit. Count moves to 1-2. Lincoln, I think the Bird, is he taking a break? I don't see him at this current moment.
I don't know. I thought that was him up there just above the Orleans dugout from our vantage point, but I think that's a red blanket, so I think the Bird might be taking a break.
So Orleans has a mascot who's not officially the mascot, but kind of officially the mascot, but not really the mascot, who's at every home game.
He's just some guy that dresses up in a bird costume and comes to all the games.
And he is loud.
Yeah, he is.
I see him. He's in center field near the flag. There he is.
Dang it.
No
that's
breaks.
No good.
No breaks for him.
Oh, I wonder how many times he's lost his voice this season. Or if he just always has a lost voice and he just still yells.
Oh, apparently he didn't lose it yet for tonight. The count is 2-2 to Ryan Proto as a fastball is in the zone for a called strike.
Well, you know, even with like a lost voice, you can still yell a little bit. It's just a lot more raspy, you know?
He's yelling. I don't know if it's words, but he's yelling.
Yeah, he's yelling. I haven't heard a single word from him yet, but he's making noise.
The 2-2 is a nasty breaking ball. Proto swings and can't connect as Mickness cleans it up to first. On the drop third strike, Proto is retired, and there's 2 away.
The second time a Harbor Hawk batter has been taken away by the drop third strike, and Kirkering with some pretty good breaking balls that we've seen tonight.
That's going to bring up Mason Greer, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Hit the ball well to right field. It's going to prompt Chotinier to back up a little bit to the edge of the grass at second base. Hardigan at second. First pitch to Greer misses for a ball outside, 1-0. A good chance for Mason Greer to pick up his first RBI of the season.
Good idea from Kirkering. He went for the outside corner, just barely missing a bit too far outside.
1-0 the count to Greer. Picked up his 8th hit of the season earlier in this ball game. The pitch. That misses as well, 2-0. Good couple of takes from Mason Greer and Lincoln. Those aren't missing by much. They can be enticing pitches to swing at, but some good plate discipline from the future Missouri State infielder.
Yeah, they, like you said, they can be very enticing, very appetizing to hitters. And even for umpires, a pitch at that point, at that spot in the zone or around the zone, could really go either way depending on the umpire that you have.
That one missed as well. 3-0 the count to Greer. Red light or green light here on 3-0.
Green light, I'm going to give the rare green light if it's in the perfect spot.
Runner on second. Greer has a hit in the ball game tonight, Lincoln. The scenario makes sense for him to put a good swing on a ball. 3-0. Finds the outside corner. 3-1 the count. Not a pitch that you can do a ton with.
No,
probably a good take.
I understand taking that one. If it was on the inside, take it all day or swing it all day long. But yeah, good job staying on that outside pitch.
3-1, 2 away. Mason Greer looking to do some damage here for Hyannis. The go-ahead run at second base. The pitch from Kirkering. Greer fly ball off towards left field. It's heading out of play, and indeed it is out of play. It's a souvenir for a lucky fan. The count moves to full at 3-2. Very tough to see down that left field line for our location, so we'll give you the best that we can where the ball is going. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network as Hyannis has a go-ahead run at second here. Still early, top of the third, but we're tied at 3 apiece. Full count pitch awaits to Greer. Called strike 3. The inning is over as Kirkering finds the outside corner. Greer goes down looking. Hyannis strands a runner in scoring position. We're still tied at 3 apiece on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-hand pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Back here for the bottom of the third inning as Orleans will look to take the lead as they did tie it up in the bottom of the second inning. 3-3 the score. Before we get going here in the bottom of the third, a quick word from Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at www.curry.edu. Locklear, McKenzie, Acton due up for the Firebirds as it's Locklear swinging at the first pitch. He fouls it off, out of play, 0-1 the count. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth as Adrian Saravo is back on the rubber for his third inning of work. Saravo to this point has allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts through 2 innings. The count is 1-1 as the bird mascot has made its way around towards the left field foul pole. Lincoln, let's hope it doesn't make its way down here towards us.
Bird alert, bird alert. Starting to make his way down here.
That pitch is a strike to Locklear. The count moves to 1-2.
You got to keep your head on a swivel here.
Locklear reached on an error back in the bottom of the first, which brought home DeLauder from second base. Saravo will step off and get the signs from Proto once again. The windup and the 1-2. Fouled off. Locklear stays alive and provides a souvenir for a lucky Firebird fan.
Oh, a couple of kids running after it. Not as many as we saw in Harwich last night.
Oh, no. Last night was a mob scene, to say the least.
Kids in Harwich are aggressive when looking for those foul balls.
The count remains 1-2 as Saravo winds up and fires. Breaking ball called, strike 3. A nice pitch from Adrian Saravo sends Locklear down looking, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, beautiful pitch there from Saravo, showing off that breaking ball once again. Reason why he's been so great in his past couple of outings. And Austin, I'm not sure if the people on the broadcast could hear it, but just in case y'all can, it's the last call for the 50-50 raffle here.
If anyone at home wants to speed mail some money to Orleans, and
yeah.
I don't think that's even possible.
If y'all want Venmo me, I can buy a ticket.
There you go. McKenzie steps in for the second time of the night. He struck out as he drops a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Greer's going to wisely let it go foul, and Saravo recovers, and it's a foul ball. Good play there by Greer to let it go foul. Adrian Saravo swoops in and continue to knock it foul, and it's just an eventful strike 1.
That was an almost absolutely perfect, a glorious bunt, you might say, from Jared McKenzie. And unfortunately for the Harbor Hawks, it just went a couple of inches in foul territory and was able to be scooped off by Saravo.
With Jared McKenzie's speed out of the left-handed batter's box, if Greer even picks that ball up, Lincoln, he's probably safe at first with an infield single.
Oh, yeah. If Greer would have picked that up in fair territory, there would have been no throw. It would have been a shoe-in for a base hit, and the bird is creeping towards us.
Oh,
I'm starting to get a little scared, honestly.
The 0-1 is hit on a line to right center field. Nice piece of hitting from McKenzie. Johnson cuts it off and limits McKenzie to a single. But with one away, the Firebirds have a runner on first.
Good piece of hitting from McKenzie. A good, strong base hit with one away. And Acton, who's 1 for 1 with a chance to extend him even further.
Acton, with that single earlier, he also came around to score. Double play is in order, and here comes the bird. Be careful, Lincoln. Pay no mind to him.
Don't make eye contact. They can sense fear.
Acton digs in from the left-handed batter's box as Saravo toes the rubber and leans in, looks at the signs from Peroto.
Phew.
Fastball misses in for a ball.
We avoid the bird for now.
We've made it. Yeah. He heads around and laps around home plate. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Yeah, he will be
it's
back.
It's only the bottom of the third, so at this pace, he'll walk by once every 3 innings. So
fantastic.
Oh.
I wouldn't put it past him to just stand behind us and then just at one point just right in the broadcast.
I don't know what he yells, but it's loud. Saravo comes set and fires. Can't find the zone. It's 2-0 as that one misses down and out. Just got to bring it over a bit, it looks like, maybe a little up. McKenzie stands at first after the single with one away. He's the starting center field today, so you know there's somewhat decent speed, and he also is 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts this season. We'll see if there's anything going there. Acton takes a swing at a fastball but can't catch up and fouls it off. 2-1 the count.
Still cool here from Orleans. It's 72 degrees, but because it's overcast and the wind coming at 11 miles an hour, it's a brisk night tonight.
A chilly one. The easternmost team in the Cape Cod Baseball League, Orleans.
About a 30-minute drive from Hyannis. Unless you were me, who took the wrong way on the highway for about 20 minutes, then it turned into a 50-minute drive.
Lincoln hops on Route 6 to head to the Sagamore Bridge. Spins it around and still makes it in plenty of time.
Yeah.
Saravo comes set, the 2-1 awaits. He fires, runner goes, Proto picks it from the dirt. The strong throw to second is not in time. Sliding in safely is McKenzie, just under the tag of ball. And the Firebirds have the go-ahead run in scoring position with one away.
Oh, Proto with a magnificent throw to second, a perfect tag by Ball. Unfortunately, McKenzie was just able to reach his hand in there just in time.
Count 3-1. That stolen base may not come back to matter if Saravo puts on Acton with the ball. But we're hoping he can make a good pitch here and eliminate Acton. Saravo comes set. The 3-1. Fly ball out of play, drifting off to the road that runs parallel to the third base line.
That road is dangerous for anybody driving by. A foul ball comes by, and all of a sudden you have a broken windshield. We've also had some loud fans who couldn't make the game tonight. They're driving by, hanging out of windows. Come on, just yelling for their hometown team.
Interesting environment here in Orleans. They love their baseball.
They do.
The count is full at 3-2. Saravo fires home. It's a call. Strike 3. A beautiful pitch by Adrian Saravo. The second batter he's retired looking in this inning. The fourth punch out of the ball game, and there's 2 away.
Another fabulous pitch. He's painting the corners there, is Saravo, and his second strikeout of the inning, and both have been backwards so far.
Speaking of strikeouts, in steps Trey Harmon, who is retired by way of the punch-out in the second inning. Harmon, a good hitter, so Saravo has to be careful. He's got some power. We saw him punish a ball deep down the left field line, but foul. Saravo comes set, stares at the runner at second, which is McKenzie. He's got a decent lead over there. Saravo fires home a breaking ball that misses. 1-0 the count.
Now Saravo, we mentioned he doesn't have a lot of walks on his line. He continues to just pound around the zone. He's trying to paint the corners left and right. Fortunately, sometimes they're just falling an inch or two too far outside.
That one hit up the middle by Harmon. Bast a diving Kyle Ball. Coming in to score is McKenzie on the RBI single for Harmon, and Orleans has taken the lead here in the bottom of the third. It's 4-3.
Good effort there on that single from Ball. He was almost able to get to it, but unfortunately he got just enough of it to where he was able to slow it. He slowed it down with his glove, and he didn't get to center field as quickly as we would have liked for Elliott to pick that up and throw it in. And so that allowed a run to score, and the Firebirds now have the lead.
That'll bring up the Penn State catcher, Justin McNiss. McNiss on the night reached on a walk and scored. That was last inning, the bottom of the second. Runner at first in Harmon after the RBI single, Adrian Saravo. Struggling a bit here to find the zone as he releases a curveball that misses above the eyes for a ball, 1-0.
We've seen a few of those high pitches where Proto has to sort of jump up from his crouch behind the plate in order to grab those balls and keep them from getting to the backstop.
Count 1-0. Revill comes set and fires. That one flown to deep right center field. Clark Elliott on the run. He makes the catch in the gap to end the inning. The Firebirds take the lead thanks to an RBI single from Trey Harmon. Harbor Hawks coming up to bat when we return on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
The rain is now just a mist for the most part as it blows around Eldridge Park in Orleans, Massachusetts. It's Ryan Romano digging in to lead us off here in the top of the fourth inning. 9-1-2, Romano, Elliott, Johnson due up. Romano 0 for 1, but he did reach base on an error. He also stole a bag. He thinks about dropping a bunt here, but pulls it back in time. It's ball one. Orion Kirkering back on the mound for his fourth inning of work. He's fired 3 innings to this point, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 runs on 4 punchouts. Not a bad night as Romano hits that one on the ground to third. There to field it is Locklear. The throw to first is in time for out number 1.
Good contact from Romano. It looked harder coming off the bat, but the thick grass here at Eldridge Park ended up dying out a little bit. The ball ended up rolling softly into the glove of Locklear, and he was able to make a strong throw to Harmon for out number 1.
Here comes Clark Elliott, and Lincoln, he has reached base safely. In his last 10 plate appearances has Elliott. On the night, he's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. He also scored and stole a base. First pitch to Elliott. He checks his swing. We'll see if he went around, and yes, indeed, he did. As they check at third with Marc Delaney, the count is now 0-1.
Elliott has reached base in 11 of his last 12 appearances.
And 10 straight, as we mentioned, and he is just an on-base machine at this point.
His only put down as of late was a drop third strike in the 3rd inning against the Cotuit Kettleers the other day.
He's behind 0-2 after the fastball finds the zone. Elliott comes into this at-bat, batting .364 on the year. The OBP nearing the nearly at 500. If it's not just yet, it might be up over 500 now. We'll have to double check on that.
Yeah, that .364 average is good for officially the highest average on the team, even higher than Nick Romano, who just started a few days ago. He's had a pretty big bat lately as well.
That one misses for a ball that counts 1-2. Dom Johnson on deck for Hyannis. The 1-2 from Kirkering in the dirt. 2-2 the count to the Michigan Star outfielder.
Elliott actually now the only Harbor Hawk batter with his batting average in the 300s.
He's had an impressive season. Part of the reason why he's been named an all-star here in the Cape.
He's almost 100 clicks better than the next best batting average, which is Nick Romano at 278.
Ground ball to short. Blackwell on to first, not in time. Infield single for Clark Elliott, and the speed shows there. he continues to reach base anytime he steps to the plate. 11 straight plate appearances with Clark Elliott reaching base safely as he picks up his second hit of the night.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He's turned into a player where when he gets up to the plate, you can expect him to reach base. You can almost expect it.
He's definitely gotten comfortable and made that adjustment to the Cape pitching. Dom Johnson will dig in. Johnson 1 for 2 with a run, a stolen base, and an RBI. First pitch to Johnson, fouled off, 0-1.
Ended up going off the mask of Mignus there as home plate umpire Louis DeLuise is going to head on out to the mound. Johnson started this game with a .240 average. Of course, that's gone up a little bit after that single earlier.
Johnson now hitting .247. That one misses for a ball. 1-1 the count. Johnson from now Kansas State, transferring there from Oklahoma State, where he was coached by 2 former major leaguers in Robin Ventura and Matt Holliday, pair of the coaches on the Oklahoma State staff.
Robin Ventura, actually a former Harbor Hawk, if I remember correctly, or back then the Mets.
That one misses to Johnson, 2-1. One of many former major leaguers to play for the Harbor Hawks, including Jason Varitek and Sean Manaea. That one laced down the right field line for a base hit with Elliott's speed. He is on his way to third. Johnson's on his way to second. The throw to second is offline. Dom Johnson with a double, which puts runners on second and third with still 1 away.
Well, how about Dom Johnson turning a single into a double? Phenomenal base speed from him and aggressive base running, and he knows when he can get to second and when he can, as he was able to get in just in the nick of time. He got that foot in there before Blackwell could put the tag on him.
Tying run is at third. The go-ahead run at second for Hyannis here in the top of the 4th. The Firebirds lead it 4-3. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth as always. Zane Harris now digs in. Harris 0 for 1, but he also has a walk as he reached base in the top of the 2nd inning. Second and third with 1 out. The first pitch to Harris misses for a ball, 1-0. Kirkering still on the mound as a bird Lincoln has landed. Is he injured? I think the bird. No, it's not injured.
He's just
goose
he's just chilling.
Slides in safely in between home and the pitcher's mound.
Oh man. A little bit of shots fired coming from the Harbor Hawks fans.
And here comes
Mignus.
They're gonna
bad
try
idea.
The bird injured? I don't know. He slid in a little bit limp, but now it's not flying away. So we have a Canadian goose walking around the infield.
I wouldn't get close to it. Those things are dangerous.
Peyton Chatinier following it with some speed. Now he picks it up to a run. The goose flaps its wings over towards center field. It has no intention of leaving Eldridge Park.
Would you call that would this be considered a streaker?
Definitely a goose delay. Chatinier, McKenzie, DeLauder converge on the goose, who tries to fly away but continues just to walk. A goose delay here from Eldridge Park. Runners at second and third for Hyannis, but a goose in right center field holding the game where it is. And now here comes the Cardinal, which is the mascot of the Firebirds. Has jogged onto the field in an effort to scare away the goose.
What is going on?
The goose is now sitting in right center as a mascot, which is a bird.
Dude,
is talking to the goose. He's going to try to pick it up.
He's a decoy. Look. It's working.
No way.
Oh, my goodness. No way.
He picked it up. He got it. The Cardinal mascot has picked up the goose. What is happening at Eldridge Park?
I have seen it all. I can die a happy man. I have seen it all.
A man dressed up as a bird has picked up a bird and walked it off the field.
Oh, my goodness.
So the goose delay is over, and we're back to baseball.
What is going on? Oh, my goodness.
I think the goose may be injured, Lincoln. That's why it kind of flew in and slipped, but it wouldn't fly away. The team's mascot, unofficial mascot, but official mascot, is now tending to the goose in the bullpen area.
We are not worthy of the Birdman.
Meanwhile,
that was amazing.
Zane Harris is at the dish. The count is now at 2-0, with Harbor Hawks standing on second and third.
Oh, man. Well, that just made my night. That was great.
Zane Harris looking to come through for a different type of bird, the Harbor Hawks. 2-0 the count. To the right, state standout first baseman. Kirkering on the mound still. The count 2-0 as he comes set and fires. Misses outside. 3-0 the count to Zane Harris, who is close to drawing his second walk of the night. Good speed on the base pass as well. There is action in the Firebird bullpen as a right-hander begins to throw. That one finds the zone to Zane Harris. The count moves to 3-1.
Harris has had some lengthy at-bats in the past couple of games that he's played, hoping for a walk here, but at some point we might see another lengthy at-bat from him tonight.
The 3-1 is fouled back. The count moves to full as Harris gets a piece of that one.
Now the full count, we've also seen some good battles from Harris on those full counts. He's able to fight off anything that he doesn't like and really look for that pitch that he likes to hit.
Harris always puts up a battle at the plate. 3-2 with runners at second and third. The tying run in the form of Clark Elliott at third. The pitch to Harris. That misses for ball four. Zane Harris draws his second walk of the ball game and loads the bases for Nick Romano. And we may have a mound visit, and we will. Mickness heads to the mound.
Now with one away, lots of out possibilities for the Firebirds here. All bases are now available for the putout. Just have to touch the nearest bag. Double play is also in order. The infield fly rule is in order as well. Lots of different things you could do with it. The Harbor Hawks have to be careful where they place the ball here.
Romano at the plate. He came through with an RBI in the first. Second time of the night he's come up with the bases juiced. Unfortunately, in the second he went down swinging. Elliott at third, Johnson at second, Harris at first for Hyannis. Nick Romano looking to come through for the Harbor Hawks. The first pitch is fouled off. 0-1 the count. The wind picks up a bit. As it's blowing in, it's going to need some good power behind one to get it out here.
Yeah, I have a good feeling we probably won't see any home runs to dead center tonight.
Count is 1-1 to Romano as that one misses. 434 is dead center, and just one player has put one over that fence in the form of Frank Thomas, a Hall of Famer. And if you're going to do it, it's going to have to be on a night where the wind's blowing out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Mann had one on TrackMan that we tracked at 441 earlier in the year at McKeon Park, so that would have been good enough to go over.
Yeah, and that one was an absolute blast over the right field wall that cleared the trees. The tree line at McKeon Park was a phenomenal hit, and as soon as that ball left the bat, you knew it was going a mile.
The count now 1-2 to Nick Romano. The pitch. Breaking ball, called strike three. Romano goes down looking for out number two.
Beautiful breaking ball there from Kirkering. He just adds on another strikeout there with yet another breaking ball. And a good second out there for him.
Kyle Ball now at the plate with the bases loaded.
Harbor Hawks have already left 3 runners stranded once in this game back in the second. You don't want to do that again if you can help it.
Big spot here for the Stetson shortstop. First pitch, a fastball that misses in 1-0. The Birdman has returned to his mascot duties after saving a bird that was on the field.
Hope the bird is okay. It did look injured. I hope it's.
I saw them lower it into a big red bucket. I'm not sure what they did with the bucket. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Kyle Ball with good patience at the plate, and if there's a guy with a good eye and good plate discipline, it's Kyle Ball, who leads the team in walks and already has a walk tonight. He's 0 of 1 on the night with that walk and a stolen base. 2-0 the count, a good hitter's count for Kyle Ball. The pitch high and inside, and that misses for ball 3. Lincoln. I think this is a situation where it's red light all the way. 3-0, bases loaded, 2 away, and a guy who's deep into this ball game in the form of Kirkering, struggling to find the zone. Pitch 98 upcoming.
Yeah, usually with the 3-0 count, you see people try to swing out of their cleats, and usually that will result in either an easy pop-up or just a swing and a miss.
Ball takes a strike, 3-1.
And the yelling has continued from Birdman.
Trying to cheer on his Firebirds as they look to get out of a jam here. The 3-1. Chopper down the third base line. It's going to curve foul, so the count will move to full. 3-2. 2 away, bases loaded in Lincoln. All the runners are going to be off on the pitch. This could play to the Harbor Hawks' favor. It's going to make it tougher to get a force out at second or third, even home. If Kyle Ball can come through here, the Harbor Hawks could have a pair of runners to come in as Johnson and Elliott run really well.
And if Ball could hit into the gap here for extra bases, we might see Harris able to reach home. Harris has some surprising speed over at first base.
The full count pitch, big spot here for Kirkering. The payoff. A slow grounder to second. It's off the glove of Chatinier. Everybody's safe. 1 run scores. Johnson's coming home. The throw's offline. 2 runs score on a hard hit ball by Kyle Ball, and Chatinier makes a crucial error for the Firebirds. Hyannis not only ties the game but takes the lead. It's now 5-4.
Great awareness there from Johnson. He saw that Chatinier got some trouble with that ground ball, and he didn't come up with it right away, and Johnson knew that was his cue to run home. We saw some great speed from him earlier, and a great speed once again as he was able to beat that throw home.
That's going to prompt a pitching change here at Eldridge Park as Hyannis now has a 5-4 lead. We'll be back at the conclusion of the pitching change here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
A pitching change included as Brett Wichrowski comes in here for the Firebirds. He's made one appearance. It was a start, and it was against Hyannis back at McKeon Park. Wichrowski allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, 3 walks, in 2 innings pitched.
Yeah, that was that 13-1 win that the Harbor Hawks had against the Firebirds.
Runners now on first and second with Zane Harris in scoring position and Kyle Ball at first for Mitch Hardigan. The Harbor Hawks have struck for 2 here in the top of the 4th as they now lead it 5-4. That one is popped up. Heading into shallow left field is Blackwell, and he's called off by Keishel, who makes the catch to end the inning. Hyannis strikes for 2. They lead it 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun. I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
Bottom of the 4th inning from Orleans as Adrian Saravo is back on the hill. He fires a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. Blackwell at the plate. It's 9-1-2 due up for the Firebirds. Adrian Saravo has been steady, just a little bit of control trouble tonight as he fires, and that one's fouled off by Blackwell, 0-2.
No one questioned it. No one questioned it. That's going by. It's, I just posted on my phone. Oh, that was you. Yeah. Can I quote this and say we're all bird lovers here? Sure. Orleans just said...
Saravo winds up and fires a swing and a miss, strike 3 as Blackwell can't catch up, and there's 1 away.
Good start to this 4th inning there from Saravo as he started strong in this one with a strikeout.
5 punch-outs now for Saravo as he'll look to cut his way through the top of the order. Chatinier and Keishel due up. Peyton Chatinier made the error at second base, which brought home 2 Harbor Hawks in the top of the 4th. Unfortunate play there, but Chatinier's been solid all season for the Firebirds. We'll see if he can come through here.
Saravo just shy of 60 pitches. This is his 59th.
Chatinier swings at the first pitch and flies it to shallow right. Romano backing up, Johnson moving in, and nobody sees it. They were both 10 feet away. The throw to second is not in time. It gets away from ball. Chatinier on his way to third. And on a pop-up to shallow right, Peyton Chatinier is standing at third base. Neither Saravo nor Romano, neither Romano or Johnson or even Saravo on the hill, nobody saw that one as it twists its way through the mist and fog and wind and ends up way away from both Harbor Hawks. And now Chatinier is at third base, the tying run with one away.
Yeah, the weather here at Eldridge Park has gotten worse. The mist has thickened here in this inning, and it's taking its toll on the Harbor Hawks. Infield now up with only one away now and a runner on third with Keishel at the plate.
Keishel comes in, swings at the first pitch. A chopper to third, the backhand by Greer, no play at home. He makes a throw across the diamond, and it's dug out by Zane Harris. Nice play by Harris to dig that one out, but the Firebirds do tie the game up at 5, and there is now 2 away.
Yeah, good throw from Greer and a great grab from Harris there. Those digs, very hard to make. Harris makes them look easy. He's made quite a few this season. He's made every one of them look easy. A good play.
That'll bring up Chase DeLauder with 2 away. DeLauder 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. Saravo winds up and fires. Fastball, called strike, 0-1. Saravo with an 0-1 count to DeLauder. He fires in the dirt. 1-1 the count will even up. Bottom of the 4th inning here from Eldridge Park. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth. There's a good back-and-forth battle between two teams who have had some good back-and-forth battles this season. Saravo winds up and fires the 1-1. A breaking ball that misses. 2-1 the count to DeLauder. That play by Peyton Chatinier was ruled a double to right. He advanced to third. I guess it's a double, Lincoln. Nobody really made an error as DeLauder gives that one a ride to deep left center field. Hardigan's back. It's off the base of the wall. Chase DeLauder pulls up at second with his second double of the night.
Yeah, Hardigan got on his horse to try to get that one. He took a bad line on it and ran a little bit too flat compared to the trajectory of the ball, and he ended up having to chase after it as that hit off the base of the wall and resulted in a double there for Chase DeLauder.
He had no play on it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That one was hit well.
It was hit very well.
Time is called. Mound Visit coming from the catcher Ryan Proto as they decide how to attack Tyler Locklear. Locklear and the man standing at second base, DeLauder, are tied for the Cape Cod Baseball League lead in home runs with 8 apiece. Locklear is 0 for 2 on the night. He did reach on an error back in the bottom of the first. He struck out looking in the bottom of the third. The go-ahead run in scoring position at second base for Orleans.
Now, Austin, if this fog and mist gets any worse, we may be looking at a fog delay here.
We could.
It's already given the Harbor Hawks defense a bit of trouble here.
Not unusual in the Cape League. Doesn't happen as often here in Orleans as it does amongst other places such as Chatham. We've seen it at Hyannis.
Yeah, we had a cancellation in Hyannis, I believe.
We got through 6 in that game. It was against the Firebirds as well. Locklear at the plate. Saravo fires an off-speed pitch that comes in and just gets a piece of Locklear. So unfortunately, he's going to make his way to first after the hit-by pitch. That one just got a piece of him.
You wouldn't even have noticed if you didn't hear the sound. The sound gave it away.
Wonder if the wet conditions are playing a factor into Saravo's grip on the baseball now.
I wouldn't be surprised. Everything today was already damp, and now everything is just getting more damp.
McKenzie back at the plate. The center fielder is 1 for 2 tonight. The first pitch to him by Saravo is fouled back off the netting, 0-1. Adrian Saravo started this ball game and remains in as he looks to work his way out of danger and keep this ball game tied at 5 apiece. Misty rain here at Eldridge Park. Some fog rolling in, a little bit of wind. Not the ideal conditions for a baseball game. But we have baseball nonetheless, and it's a tie game at 5 apiece here in the bottom of the 4th. McKenzie at the plate. Saravo fires, and it's foul tipped, hung on to by Proto, 0-2. Nice pitch by Saravo. He's looking to retire McKenzie and get out of the inning. Strand the go-ahead runs.
A little bit of applause has started here from the crowd. Slow clap.
0-2, 2 away. Runners on first and second. The pitch from Saravo. Chopped foul, we'll have to do it again. And a nice barehanded play made by the Orleans dugout. Saravo, a long look at the signs from Proto. The payoff pitch. Foul tipped. Line straight back off the netting. We're going to hold it 0-2 once again.
See ya.
0-2 the count, 2 away. Runners on first and second. And we're going to have a little bit of a conference here with the umpires as they're going to look at Adrian Saravo's cap for some reason.
Do you think that could be the sticky substance thing?
I don't really know. As there's a chat coming with the Firebirds manager. He's saying Saravo's wiping the rim of his hat and going to the ball. So they're going to make sure he has no substances on the hat. Which, knowing Adrian Saravo, he is not a guy who uses sticky stuff.
Yeah, no.
Kelly's arguing you can't put your fingers off on the brim of your hat.
Firebirds manager arguing that you can't rub the fingers on the brim of your hat, which Saravo was doing. He does it again there. Now, if you go to the hat and then rub your hand on your pants to wipe it off, I think that's okay, but he's going directly to the ball from the hat. Big payoff pitch coming, the 0-2. Out in front and fouls it off. McKenzie stays alive.
I wonder why it's okay to go from like if you take the hat, wipe your pants off, and then go to the ball.
Oh,
how is that different than
that wipes off any substance you put on it?
Oh, okay, yeah. But if they check for substances, then that would sort of take away all doubt of there being a substance on there.
0-2 the count to McKenzie. Saravo's been in a long battle with the center fielder. We'll see if he can finish it off here. The 0-2. Fly ball, shallow center field. Kyle Ball backs out towards left center. He's ranging back even further, and he makes the catch to end the inning. A tough catch, but it gets the Harbor Hawks out of trouble. We remain tied at 5 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujols. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Back here for the top of the 5th inning, Ryan Proto getting ready to lead us off. Proto, Greer, Romano, 7, 8, 9, bottom of the Hyannis order due up. Austin DeCouta, Lincoln Revill here with you in the booth as the first pitch is a called strike out of the hand of Brett Witrowski. Witrowski got the final out to end the top of the 4th and strand a pair of Harbor Hawks. Pitch, breaking ball, Proto can't connect, 0-2.
Everything is starting to get progressively damp now as mist and fog continues to fall here.
The count is 0-2 to Proto.
Visibility is has been tampered with a little bit now with the rain.
The 0-2 cut on and missed. Proto goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up Mason Greer with 1 away. Greer is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The Harbor Hawks did have success against Witrowski before. As mentioned, he made his season debut, his first start, against Hyannis last time the Firebirds came to town. That was on last Monday, I believe. Witrowski allowed 3 runs in that start as he fires a first pitch ball to Mason Greer, 1-0. The 1-0. Breaking ball, called strike, 1-1.
Good breaking ball there from Witrowski. Starting that one up high and then falling right into the middle of the zone.
The count 1-1 to the McLennan Community College standout who will be taking his talents to Missouri State. The 1-1. Cut on missed, 1-2.
Once again, another breaking ball. Started that one near the belt and then just dropped that one just below the bat of Greer. A good swing from Greer, but he just couldn't connect with it.
Witrowski has seemed to have settled into his second appearance of the season. Looking good, locating his pitches. The pitch to Greer is cut on and missed. Witrowski, back-to-back punch-outs to start the top of the 5th. He's looking good for the Firebirds. There's 2 away.
Yeah, Witrowski has retired all 3 of the batters he's faced so far. One on a flyout and back-to-back strikeouts on his line. He started out great out of the gates with Romano coming up with 2 away.
Ryan Romano will look to extend the inning for the top of the order here in the top of the 5th. Clark Elliott moves into the on-deck circle as Romano's at the plate. He swings out the first pitch, grounds it up the middle. Blackwell behind the second base bag. The throw to first is in time. Nice job by Harmon to hold the bag at first, and the inning is over. The Harbor Hawks go down in order, a pair of punch-outs from Brett Witrowski as he's looking good as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Listening to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Radio Network.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Before we get started, Lincoln Revill, you're going to take over play-by-play duties. The mic's all yours.
Thank you very much, Austin. Another fabulous job as always. As Cooper McKeon is going to step up to the mound to start us off here for the bottom half of the 5th inning here.
McKeon out of the gate throwing 90 miles per hour on that pitch. Good velocity on his fastball. He's a good strikeout pitcher, Lincoln. We've seen him in a couple different situations. He's started, he's closed, he's been middle relief, which he is here.
Game's notched at 5-5 with Corey Acton, Trey Harmon, and Justin Mickness, the next 3 up for the Firebirds.
McKeon steps off having a little bit of trouble of getting on the same page with Proto. We saw this the other night when Pendleton was the catcher. McKeon had to step off the mound about 6 times in that 9th inning to get the signs squared.
The 0-1. Breaking ball finds his own. Strike 2, 0-2. Now the count to Acton. Acton on his lines, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. He went down looking in the 3rd, and he's reached home once as well after that single in the 2nd.
McKeon with 25 punch-outs and 12 2/3 innings pitched. He knows how to get the batters to swing and miss.
He gives the nod to Proto, ready for the 0-2. Pitch comes in. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Swung and a miss, actually, for strike 3 as Acton goes down with a strikeout for the first at-bat for Cooper McKeon and a good first down on his line.
Good breaking ball. McKeon has a good breaking ball that he'll throw in any count, and he'll throw it 3 times in a row. He's not afraid to utilize that. Also has that fastball that he can play off of it, so we'll see what he does here.
Trey Harmon also 1 for 2 on his line now at the plate. The opposite of Acton, a strikeout in the 2nd and a single in the 3rd. McKeon with a deep breath before coming home. The first pitch, a breaking ball, called strike. McKeon really finding the zone here tonight so far. Has yet to throw a ball. He's thrown 4 straight strikes now.
That's what the Harbor Hawks need, somebody to come in and find the zone. Sarava was solid tonight. He wasn't his best, but 4 innings, just 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. It could have been better, but Adrian's been solid all season. Came into the game top 5 in earned run average amongst the Cape League.
Count now at 0-2 as the mist and fog continues to come down. It's getting pretty thick out there. About the borderline of going into a fog delay here.
McKeon I wonder if it's more mist than fog.
I think it's more mist, but it has a foggy look as the 0-2 swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. 6 strikes and 2 strikeouts so far for Cooper McKeon.
Good start by Cooper McKeon out of the bullpen, Lincoln, and you can't ask for much more from a reliever to come into the game.
Acton and Harmon both go down swinging. And Justin Mickness, who has reached once on a walk. He's 0 for 1 on his line with a fly out in the 3rd. He steps into the left-handed box.
McKeon with the immaculate inning in play. See if you can get it.
Delivers, misses down low.
No immaculate inning, but can still strike out the side.
Count at 1-0 now. Mickness, his average lowered to 250 after that flyout as that one misses down low. 2-0 now the count. Mickness from Dubois, Pennsylvania, from Kent State University. Ready for this 2-0 pitch from McKeon. He deals. Fastball lined out into right field. That's Johnson coming back towards the wall, and that's gone. Mickness with a solo shot. And the Firebirds take a 6-5 lead.
The first homer of the season from Mickness. He turned on that one, and he gave it a good ride to deep right center field. That ball was about 350 feet or so, and it was pretty well over the wall. As Johnson just turned and watched it once he got to the final few feet. McKeon was electric his first 2 batters, but unfortunately just that one finds the zone a little bit, and Mickness did not miss a huge hit to put the Firebirds on top.
So after that long ball gives the Firebirds a 6-5 lead here. Benjamin Blackwell steps up to the plate, and the Firebirds, with that home run, have now scored in every inning of play so far. That first pitch lined and fouled. That heads out of play towards the crowd. Count goes to 0-1 for Blackwell.
Late on that fastball was Blackwell. That one curved way out of play. I'll have to see if McKean goes to that one again. He was way behind on it.
Now, Austin, you know what I've noticed? It has become eerily quiet since the mist started up. Birdman has gone for the time being as that's swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2 now.
A lot of the fans have packed up. There's still a good crowd here, but I think a good amount of them did pack up once the mist started. You're right, I don't see the bird at the moment.
He's hiding somewhere.
I'm sure he hasn't left.
Yeah, we'll probably see him at some point. If you were joining with us earlier, the man-bird thing, as this one ripped down the third base line. That's off the glove of Greer as Blackwell is going to reach safely. That should be an E5 on Greer. We'll see what the official call is.
It is an E5, the second error of the day for Hyannis.
So now a runner on first, Peyton Chatinier steps back up to the plate, who Chatinier had an eventful last at bat, to say the least. He hit a double on a shallow fly ball out into right field, and then no one was covering third as that ball got away from Ball, actually, and allowed Chatinier to get to third safely. He's ready for this first pitch from McKean. Runner on first. Firebirds up 6-5. That one misses for ball one. Chatinier in his other appearances got hit by a pitch in the first inning to start us off and had a fly out to left field in the second inning. He reached home after that double, one of the 6 runs for the Firebirds so far. Swing and a miss there on the 1-0 count, brings it out even at 1-1. Only one Firebirds hitter has reached home more than once. 5 different runners have reached home for the Firebirds. The only person more than once is Justin Mickness, who has reached home now twice. The 1-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there. Chatinier going for the fences on that one, but he can't find it. 1-2.
Left it a little bit up in the zone, but it was deceiving enough to get a swing and a miss.
And the bat of Chatinier didn't miss by much. If he could have made solid contact, that would have gone for quite a long ride. Instead, the count goes to 1-2. McKean ready, runner goes, swing and a miss, drop third strike. That's Pendleton picking it up, or Proto actually, throw to first is in time. Harris making the grab for out number 3. That's going to end it. Firebirds add a run on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left stranded. We head now to the 6th. Firebirds up 6-5.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
Clark Elliott starting us off. Dom Johnson on deck, and Zane Harris will be in the hole to start us off here in the top of the 6th inning. The Harbor Hawks down 6-5 against the Orleans Firebirds. As the first pitch from Brett Witrowski comes in and misses low for ball 1.
Elliott looking to continue his on-base streak as he's reached base safely now in 11 consecutive plate appearances.
Witrowski now through an inning and a third has struck out 2. That's half of the batters that he has faced so far have gone down by way of the strikeout. Count goes now to 2-0 after that pitch to Elliott misses low.
He's now batting .375 on the year with an on-base percentage over .500. A historic season.
Easy to see why Elliott was selected as one of the 3 All-Stars from Hyannis. Count at 3-0 now. Elliott looking to extend that on-base streak, not just by games, but by appearances themselves. He's reached base now in, I believe, 12 straight appearances. That count becomes 3-1 after that one finds his own. Still very much a hitter's count to Elliott, looking for.
You say 12 straight games he's made it to base?
Appearances.
Plate appearances?
Yes.
That's 11.
Is it 11?
I believe so.
Okay. Trying to make it 12. That one chopped over to first. That's going to be picked up, and bag will be stepped on by Harmon himself for out number 1. So Elliott's appearance on base streak ends at 11 as he goes down with a 3 unassisted. Now Dom Johnson's going to step up to plate with 1 away. Witrowski has now retired the first 5 batters that he's faced. Harbor Hawks looking for that first base runner since the pitching change as Witrowski comes set. The right-hander ready for the first pitch. Line back up the middle. That's going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be in center field for McKenzie to pick up. And a 1-out single for Dom Johnson. Very hard hit ball there from Johnson. And a chance for the Harbor Hawks to tie this game once again with Zane Harris at the plate. Harris 0 for 1 on his line. Went down swinging in the first. Has walked twice since then in the 2nd and 4th innings.
Harris done a good job at working the count in all his at-bats as well. He doesn't go down easily.
First pitch from Witrowski. Finds the zone for strike 1. Harris in his last appearance had a full count before drawing that walk in the 2nd. Got walked on a 4-pitch walk. All 4 balls. Witrowski comes set. Quick pickoff over to first. As Johnson is back in safely. He's in standing up. Didn't have his full leadoff there as he was still getting an extra step whenever Witrowski threw over.
No, the bird's back.
Almost an ominous figure as runner goes. The throw from Mickness couldn't be made as that ball falls out of his hand. And Johnson with another stolen base. Count, meanwhile, on Harris goes to 1-1 as the bird, yes, does stand on top of the hill just above the Firebirds dugout.
Some action now in the Hyannis bullpen as Luke Mann is beginning to get loose.
All right, well, we've seen Mann once before against the Bourne Braves. Had a pretty impressive outing for his debut.
He throws strikes.
He does. He throws strikes. 1-1 to Harris. Runner goes from second now. Dom Johnson's going to have to retreat as that one is fouled off. Going to bring the count to 1-2.
Johnson with a pair of stolen bases tonight to bring his total to 6 on the year. Just behind Clark Elliott, who is the team leader with 7. After Elliott swiped a bag tonight.
Lots of stolen bases for the Harbor Hawks. Some very aggressive base running. Probably the most aggressive that we've seen all season.
Taking a lot of chances tonight. It's paid off.
Witrowski with the 1-2. He's going to step off towards second instead. Nobody covering, so Johnson is back in easily. Blackwell did start his way over to second, but he ended up not making it there. Harris steps into that left-handed box once again, sporting his new Harbor Hawks colored bat. We've only seen it a couple of games. The light, artificial light here at Eldridge Park glistening off of the barrel as the 1-2 comes in. That gets past Mignus. That's going to allow Johnson to get to third easily, and he's now 90 feet away from tying this game once again.
Big spot there for Johnson. He read that pitch well and got to third base. 2-2 here to Zane Harris. He continues to battle back from counts. He was down 1-2. Good take. We'll see what he can do here, and all he has to do is hit the ball either hard to the right side or get it deep enough in the air to get that runner Johnson home from third.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out the count. Zane Harris at the plate. Nick Romano getting ready on deck. The 2-2. Fouled off once again. That heads into the road. We're going to stay at 2-2. Harris with another lengthy battle here tonight.
Good job to fight that one off. He started a little early, but kept those hands back enough to just fight it off.
A surprise, still a big crowd here at Eldridge Park, even though the mist at first did get a little thick. It's starting to subside now. As the 2-2 misses outside, full count.
Another at-bat where Harris works his way back into the count.
Mignus gives the sign to Wachowski. We'll see if Wachowski likes it. Gives the nod, comes set. Zane looking for an RBI as that one misses up high. Ball 4, he'll reach base. Runners now on the corners with 1 away for Nick Romano.
Good take by Harris. A tough breaking ball, but he lays off and gives the Harbor Hawks a chance here. Romano's been up in a couple of big spots tonight.
Harris with his 3rd walk in a row. He started off with a strikeout, since then has walked 3 times. Really hoping his on-base percentage as now Nick Romano steps to the plate. Romano with a chance for an RBI. Wachowski brings that one home. That's a called strike.
It's a good breaking ball there by Wachowski. He's thrown 16 strikes, just 8 balls. It's been in the zone.
Romano with 1 RBI so far this season. Looking to make that 2. Wachowski ready with the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Line, and that's through for a base hit. That's going to be Harris heading over towards third. The throw in can't be made, as that's going to bring Johnson in from third. Harris retreats to third, and that is a double for Nick Romano.
Nice job by Nick Romano, driving in his 2nd run of the night, his 3rd on the season. A good piece of hitting to tie this game back up at 6.
We are tied here in the top of the 6th inning. A back-and-forth game between the battle of the birds here. The Harbor Hawks taking on the Firebirds.
Very impressed with Nick Romano, and a late addition to the Harbor Hawks as he joined just about a week ago, but he's got 3 RBI now, and he's really swinging the bat well in clutch spots, too.
Yeah, it didn't take him long to make him to get used to the pitching here in the Cape League. Came out of the gates firing on all cylinders.
Wind is really picking up as it blows in rapidly. Lots of mist. I don't see as much fog, but it's just the mist that's falling, which makes it a little bit more difficult to see.
Wet conditions here. The grass glistening off the lights here. Almost giving the field, some parts of the field getting a little glittery look as that one finds the zone for strike 1, evening the count at 1 apiece.
Kyle Ball's had a good day defensively today. He's also reached on a walk and stole a base, and he's been a really consistent hitter for the Harbor Hawks, getting on base at over a 300 clip on the season.
Ball overall batting 172, but like you said, his on-base percentage is up well in the 300s. At 320 last we saw, that's gone up a little bit. He's reached base twice tonight on a walk and on an error. Hasn't recorded a hit so far tonight. He's 0 for 2 on his line. Count now at 2-1 after that one misses inside. Ball wanted to turn in on that one. It looked like it might have hit him. Instead, it just misses by an inch or two.
Going to want to avoid the punch out here. Got a pair of strikes, and if you're Kyle Ball, you have to try to foul something off. Even if it's a little bit close, don't want to go down looking with that run around third and run around second as well.
Pitch from Wachowski. Misses low.
Big pitch up coming here with the full count. If you're Kyle Ball, again, same as with 2-2, you have to fight off anything close. You cannot go down looking, especially with just one away.
Possibly another big battle here. 2 runners in scoring position. Chance for a pair of RBI. Wachowski with the payoff. Chopped foul. That's down the third base side, just past the Harbor Hawks dugout.
Nice job by Ball to fight off that tough curveball. That's what we're talking about. When you have 2 strikes in the count, just fight off a tough pitch and keep yourself in it.
Ball sporting that Stetson helmet. Black helmet with a dark green Stetson S. Also has an all-black bat in his hands. Pitch from Wachowski comes in. Grounded down the third base side. That's going to be picked up by Locklear. Throw on the run to third. First is not in time. Ball beats out the throw. The bases are loaded after an infield single.
Kyle Ball utilizing his speed there to beat it out, and a nice job by Ball to hit that one hard enough to third, where Locklear has to make a tough play. He did make the play, but a good base running decision by Zane Harris at third base to not try to go home, because he's not the fastest base runner, and he would have likely been gunned down, but instead he retreats, give Kyle Ball a chance with his speed to load the bases. A big spot here for Hardigan.
Hardigan with a single on his line. He's 1 for 3. Ground out, fly out, and a single to his name. You're going to have a mound visit here from Mickness onto Wachowski. Once again, bases are loaded. Only 1 away. Mickness retreats to a spot behind the plate, and we're just about ready to get underway. Hardigan digging into that left-handed box. And that's going to prompt a mound visit.
Well, Kelly Nicholson might be making a pitching change here. We'll see. Nicholson not liking what he's been seeing, unfortunately, from Wachowski.
A pitching change here as a new pitcher is going to come in for the Firebirds. We're going to take a break on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Mitch Hardigan back at the plate now as new pitcher comes in for the Firebirds. That's Michael Polk stepping up to the plate. Polk coming from the University of Georgia at 6'3", 220 pounds, the right-hander. Eyeing the signs from Mickness. He likes what he sees. He comes set. Glove near his belt. He kicks and comes home. It's his first pitch. Misses down low for ball one. Count goes to 1-0 to Hardigan, who's, as I mentioned earlier, 1 for 3 on his line. A ground out, a fly out, and he also has a single, his lone hit. The single was ripped back up the middle in the third inning. As the pitch from Polk comes in. That one's fouled off. 1-1 the count. Bases are loaded, only one away, as Clark Elliott started off the inning with a ground ball to first. Since then, Johnson reached on a single. Zane Harris then walked, and Romano was able to hit a double that brought in Johnson. And then swing there from Hardigan. Fouls it off, brings the count to 1-2.
Job by Hardigan just to get a piece of that one. A tough pitch there. And he's going to have to keep staying alive. We have the go-ahead runs on base. Big spot here for Mitch Hardigan.
After Romano's double to bring in Johnson, Kyle Ball, who now stands on first base. Got an infield single on a long throw from Locklear that couldn't be made in time.
Polk is a good strikeout pitcher on the hill. 12 2/3, 15 punch-outs. You have to be wary of the strikeout.
And time is going to be called as Mickness is going to be checked out by one of the trainers. He's holding out his hand. I think he might have maybe a little blood on his finger.
Chipped the nail or got the ball off of it. Seems to be a quick fix.
Yeah, grab a little.
Doesn't seem like he's that injured.
Grab a little bit of tape. I think that might be going on his wrist.
Looks like they tape up his thumb.
Ah, all right. So his thumb maybe a little grazed, a little scratch there. As he comes back to his spot behind the plate. Count at 1-2 to Hardigan. Looking for a couple of RBIs here. Pitch from Polk comes in. That misses high. 2-2 the count. Mist continues to fall here as the crowd from Eldridge Park now a little bit scattered.
Still over 100 or so people here, but not quite the crowd we started the game with.
It was a good crowd at first pitch, but since then everybody's filtered out due to the mist. That one missing low. 3-2 now. Check swing from Hardigan. Says did not go from Marc Delaney over at third.
Hardigan's put together some great at-bats as of late. He's really hitting the ball hard. We'll see what he can do. He's going to have to protect the plate here on 3-2, just like his teammate Kyle Ball did.
Counts juiced. Here's the payoff. Check swing. No, he did not go, says that umpire Marc Delaney. As
okay.
We're going to walk in a run here.
We'll take it.
We
good
will
job by
take that.
Hardigan to hold up. It was definitely close, but he's got a good angle on it.
So the bases remain loaded. Zane Harris walking in, and that gives the Harbor Hawks the 7-6 lead now, with Ryan Proto at the plate. Proto 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts and a ground out to his name. He watches that first pitch go low for ball one.
I've noticed about Mitch Hardigan, he likes to hold his batting gloves when he's on base. He'll take them off and then hold him. Like a lot of the guys will give their gear to the first base coach, but he usually holds on to his.
Polk from the stretch. Likes the sign that he sees from Mickness. He comes home. That misses down low. 2-0 now the count to Proto.
Good patience by Proto. Doesn't have to be super aggressive here. Just one out. You can afford to work the count a bit. Your team now has the lead. Just look for something good you can hit and even maybe take until you get a strike is not a bad option after a walk. He went full count.
2-1 finds his own, or 2-0 that is, finds his own. Now 2-1 the count.
Not a bad pitch to take for Proto. If you're trying to get on that pitch, you have to really lunge for that one on the outside part of the plate. Maybe take that the other way, but not a pitch you can do a ton with. Not a bad spot, though.
Proto with that red leg guard. Watches that one go at the knees. Strike 2. 2-2 the count.
All right, now 2-2 here. You're going to have to protect the plate. Got to be a little bit more aggressive.
Got to really battle here. Anything that comes close, fouled off unless it's a pitch that you like. And you take it for a ride. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. Pitch comes in. That's spiked in the dirt. Ball 3. A full count to Ryan Proto now with the bases loaded.
Good job by Proto working the count, battling back. Same thing here, 3-2. You don't have to take a big hack at anything close. I never like that term. Anything close, you're swinging. Anything close, got to be careful. You don't need to chase anything, but at least foul it off and keep yourself alive. If it's in the zone, you swing.
The payoff is fouled off. That's going to head out of play. Souvenir for one lucky fan as kids start circling in on the ball.
He came in the zone and Proto was just late on it, but stays alive.
Proto awaiting the encore. The pitch. Fouled straight back, hitting off the backstop, just in front of the press box.
Good battle. Nice job by Proto to get a piece of that one. A tough pitch to hit up in the zone, but he keeps himself alive for another one. If you're Polk, where do you go here? Proto spoiled a bunch of your pitches. You may risk throwing a breaking ball on full count with the bases loaded. It can be tough. Don't want to lose him.
Polk with the payoff once again. Fastball, that's going to be chopped over towards short. Picked up by Blackwell. The throw on the run over to first. The pick is not in time. An infield single for Ryan Proto, as that's going to score another run. Nick Romano coming in from third. And the bases remain loaded as the Harbor Hawks extend their lead now to 8-6.
Terrific job by Proto to battle, and that may have been the best at-bat of the game as he comes through with an RBI on the infield single. Great piece of hitting, and that's a big run for Hyannis.
That's going to bring Mason Greer to the plate. He's 1 for 3, single and 2 strikeouts. He's also reached home once after that single. Greer going to Missouri State as he steps in the left-handed box. Ready for the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the pitch from Polk. Brings the count to 0-1.
That's a good pitch by Polk. He didn't get to throw the breaking ball a ton in the last at-bat. He starts off Greer with it and gets him to chase. 0-1, big spot.
A beautiful breaking ball there. Just a big difference in speeds between that pitch and his fastball. As Polk ready to go. High fastball gets him swinging as the count moves to 0-2 with still 1 away. After Elliott went down to start the 6th, the next 6 batters have all reached base safely. Since of those batters, 4 hits, 2 walks. The 0-2 from Polk on its way. Fouled off. Will stay at 0-2. That one bouncing off the road and into the brush.
Good job by Greer to fight that pitch off in on the hands, just get enough of it to stay alive.
Greer going through his routine in the box. Polk with the 0-2 once again. Misses high, 1-2 the count.
That one slipped out of the hand a bit early by Polk, and not a pitch that you're going to even think about swinging at, so Greer didn't really have a big decision to make on that one.
Polk from the right-handed side brings it home. That one's fouled off once again. That's going to head out of play. 1-2 remains the count.
Just a bit behind that one, and under it was Greer, but doesn't have to fight it off. You're seeing a lot of Harbor Hawks this inning continue to battle. Just fight off the tough pitches. Still in the top of the 6th, a long inning.
Lots of resiliency from this lineup. That one spiked in the dirt, evens the count 2-2. Game time just past 2.5 hours as we're in the top of the 6th inning. Austin, it looks like we're in for another long one.
It appears that way. I love baseball, but some of these games are a little bit long.
4.5 hours last night. Looking like 3.5 right now by the looks of it.
At least.
At least 3.5. As Greer launches that one straight up. That's heading back. And that's going to be playable. That's going to be brought under by Locklear for out number 2.
Well, I couldn't exactly see it, but by the reaction from the fans, it was a pretty spectacular catch.
You might have actually made it leaning in towards the Harbor Hawks dugout. That one was pretty close to going into the dugout.
It's a huge out for the Firebirds.
So now with 2 away, Ryan Romano is going to come up to the plate. Mason Greer goes down to 1 for 4 now on his night as Romano digs in 0 for 3. Reached on an error in the second, and since then has gone down with two ground outs. He ropes that one back towards left field, nearing the wall, and that is gone. Ryan Romano with a grand salami here in the top of the 6th.
Well, that's a way to get your first home run of the season. How about that? A grand slam for Romano, and that's a way to crack it open. All right.
Romano touches home as that breaks this game wide open for the Harbor Hawks. They've now brought across 7 in this inning. They lead 12-6.
Big smiles from his twin brother Nick and his good friend Trent Taylor. The Harbor Hawks are hot and happy. How about that? Ryan Romano, grand slam.
That one was a massive hit. You knew that was almost gone right as soon as it left the bat.
Coach Calhoun, the first base coach, had to come back to the dugout. He had so much gear he compiled from all the base runners this inning that he couldn't hold on to it anymore. He had to bring it back to the dugout. And we're back to where we started now. Have an inning.
The Harbor Hawks have now hit through the lineup as Clark Elliott steps back up with 2 away now as Mason Greer also went down. Elliott with a ground out in his last appearance earlier on this inning. As a pitch from Polk comes in, that one's lined down the third base side, and that's going to go into foul territory. That's going to drop foul for strike 1. Count goes to 1-1 now.
Elliott, the 10th man, coming up to the plate in the inning for Hyannis, and believe it or not, there's just 1 away still. Or is there 2 away? Did we get the second out?
There are 2.
Oh, we did
yes.
get the second out.
Mason Greer had that
there's
fly
still
out
only
to
2
third.
away. All right.
Yeah.
Still got a chance. You got the runs home.
Who says we can't have a 2-out rally? We had a little 1-out rally.
Here's the guy to do it.
Swing and a miss there from Elliott brings the count now to 1-2. Now, with the mist coming in, my hands are now feeling a little sticky. They're so like damp. It's like
I wouldn't say mine are. I don't.
Oh, it's a weird feeling. I don't like it. I've had too much rain here in Massachusetts. Pitch now at 1-2. The Polk fastball misses up high. Brings the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Now the hat. Haven't gone to the hat at all in tonight's game.
Well,
I don't think I'm going to start now. Not going to start it now.
No good luck hat here.
Nope. Pitch from Polk comes in. Elliott watches that one go high. 3-2 now the count. That one didn't miss by much. Just barely missing the upper part of the zone. Elliott's average now at .368 as he's 2 for 3 on his night. With a pair of singles. Watch the 3-2 misses down low. And Elliott reaches on a walk with Dom Johnson stepping back into the plate, who had a single just a few moments ago in his last appearance.
Elliott continues to get on base almost every at-bat. He's got a pair of walks tonight, a pair of singles, and continues to be a mainstay at the top of the order, showing why he's an all-star. And big things are ahead for Clark Elliott. He has tremendous plate discipline.
Yeah, you know that with the little series of games that Elliott has had this season. He's turned the eyes of every scout that's still on the Cape, and probably the scouts that have gone home as well.
He's a guy that you would follow the Harbor Hawks to see if you're a scout. You know, sometimes they pick out a player to go watch for a couple of days rather than a team, and Clark Elliott's a guy you're going to come watch. Lots of talent overall in the Harbor Hawks, but just the eye-popping numbers from Elliott are incredible with an OBP over 500.
Count at 1-0 to Dom Johnson after that one misses high. Pitch comes in, misses outside, a breaking ball, brings the count to 2-0 now. Johnson with the chance to continue the hitting. He's 3 for 4 on his line. A single, 2 singles, and a double. And he had reached on a fielder's choice in the second. He's had a pretty great night himself. Aggressively waggles his bat out in the right-handed batter's box as he swings at that one. Can't find it. 2-1 the count. Zane Harris on deck now as he awaits his second at bat of the inning. Taking some practice hacks with that newer bat that he has. Pitch comes in, finds the zone, evens the count at 2-2 with 2 away once again. Johnson sporting those orange and blue gloves, the Franklin batting gloves. Franklin had a custom-made pair of batting gloves to every team in the Cape. 2-2 pitch misses down low. That's stopped by Mickness in the dirt. Brings the count to full, 3-2. A big pitch coming up here for both sides, really. The Firebirds looking to stop this inning from continuing further. Dom Johnson looking to continue. Umpire DeLuise calls time. That one misses up high, or he puts the ball in play, that is, as Johnson reaches first now.
Johnson with a walk, the second time he's reached base safely in the inning. And the Harbor Hawks continue to give the Firebirds trouble, scoring a plethora of runs tonight after they beat them 13-1 last week at McKeon Park. And what a night for Hyannis. Still plenty of baseball left, but a good start.
A 13-1 win the last time we played the Firebirds, now up 12-6.
The Ryan Romano grand slam to tack it off here.
Zane Harris, his first pitch, misses up high. Count goes to 1-0. Zane Harris, you have to throw it really high to get it to miss high on Harris. He's 6'5". Massive.
Big strike zone, though. That's the one downside of being 6'5". A lot more room you can find the zone.
The 1-0 pitch from Polk. Foul tip is brought in by Mickness for strike one.
I thought the grand slam would send the bird home, but he's still here.
You can't take the bird out of this one. He seemed to disappear whenever the mist started pouring in, but it's kind of calmed down now, and he's back out, yelling once again. Harris watches that 1-1 pitch go inside. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. Harris only 0 for 1. He's had 4 appearances. He's struck out in the first and since then has walked 3 times. He's ahead in the count, 2-1 now. As Nick Romano awaits another at bat for him in this inning, as that one is fouled out of play. That heads out of here in a hurry. Bring the count now to 2-2. Harris lining up his bat there in the left-handed box, fixes his helmet. 2-2, 2 away once again. Polk brings it home. Called strike 3 on the breaking ball. And that's going to end the top of the 7th, or top of the 6th, that is, as the Harbor Hawks tack on 7 runs and now lead 12-6 heading to the bottom half of the 7th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Gary Calhoun, and I'm the manager of the Hyannis Harborhawks, and you're listening to the Hyannis Harborhawks Radio Network.
Back here for the bottom of the 6th inning as the Firebirds take their turn at the plate. Luke Keishall coming up, Chase DeLauder following up behind him, and Tyler Locklear will be in the hole to start this one off. As the first pitch from Cooper McKeon is a called strike. McKeon's had quite a long time to cool off in the dugout. He probably had to go and warm up a little bit extra.
Yeah, that might not be a good thing to have some rest that long.
That one ripped up towards short, picked out of the air by Ball. The throw to first is not in time. Oh,
nearly.
Zane Harris was brought off the bag on that reach, just coming off a little bit too early, as that's an infield single for Luke Keishall.
Nearly one of the top 10 plays of the year there by Kyle Ball. What a play to slide and get to his feet, but the throw just a bit high.
So now with the runner on first, Chase DeLauder steps to the plate. DeLauder has 2 doubles on his line at 2 for 3 on the night. McKeon with the pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1.
Good pitch there by McKeon. He's got to work back in the zone here. Not a bad pitch to start the inning, but just good contact and good speed to lead it off.
McKeon comes set, takes a long look over at first. The southpaw comes home. Swung on and missed there. 0-2 now the count to DeLauder.
Good breaking ball by McKeon. It's one of his best pitches. It's probably his best pitch. Has a good fastball too.
McKeon, the second pitcher on the line for the Harborhawks tonight after Saravo lasted 4 innings. He brings home the pitch. That one misses in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Good stop there from Proto behind the plate.
Yeah, great block by Proto that it allows or prevents the runner from moving up to scoring position, and did a good job of staying square with that one, keeping it in front of him.
Chase DeLauder from James Madison University. 6'4", 250 pounds, another big hitter for the Firebirds. As McKeon brings the 1-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3 called as DeLauder goes down swinging for out number 1.
Nice pitch there by McKeon for out number 1. He has such a good breaking ball, and it's nearly impossible to hit on left-handers when he gets it around the knees.
So Tyler Locklear is now stepping up to the plate. Locklear also having himself a good night. He's reached once on an error, struck out, and has been hit by a pitch. So he's reached base twice overall, once by way of contact. Lofts that one well hit into center field. That's going to be picked up by Elliott, who has to backtrack a couple of steps, but he makes the grab easily for out number 2. Goes down as an F8. For those of y'all keeping score at home, with Jared McKenzie coming up to the plate.
Pretty good swing there, but unfortunately just got under it a bit as the wind blowing in definitely doesn't help his cause. And there's a big 2 outs there for McKeon.
Jared McKenzie 1 for 3, a single in the 3rd, drop third strike in the 1st, and a fly out in the 4th. First pitch is a called strike, bringing the count to 0-1 with 2 away. McKeon looking to finish this inning quickly, and the Harborhawks can get back to work at the plate. The 0-1 swung on and missed on the breaking ball. 0-2 the count.
Great pitch by McKeon. Looked like his changeup there, down and out, and it's a great pitch to take him out of the zone.
More and more of the crowd here at Eldridge Park are starting to file out. Still a few in the bleachers, or in the grass, I should say.
Tough weather tonight. Can't necessarily blame anybody for leaving a bit early.
The 0-2. Breaking ball spiked in the dirt. Proto with another magnificent stop. Brings the count to 1-2. Proto having to dig some clay out of his cleats there. A little bit of mud around the outskirts of home plate. McKeon with the 1-2. Breaking ball, a late swing there from McKenzie, and that is strike 3. 2 strikeouts for McKeon in that inning as we head to the 7th. Harbor Hawks up 12-6 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Nick Romano set to start us off here as he watches that first one go. That's Michael Polk back on the mound for the Firebirds as the count goes to 0-1 to Romano. Chops that one foul, 0-2 quickly the count. Romano had a double in his last appearance. He is 1 for 4 overall, a ground out, 2 strikeouts, and a double to his name.
Wind really picking up again, Lincoln. It just keeps swirling around. That's made it, I think, incredibly impressive that Ryan Romano's home run to left field got out because the wind is just blowing in.
Swung on and missed, a 3-pitch strikeout from Romano as there's quickly one away here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, just a good job on the mound there to start things off.
We're just about at the 3-hour mark, just 6 minutes shy of 3 hours of gameplay.
Second time on the season we've seen Jeffrey Prommel on the mound. He came in and mopped up against the Harbor Hawks back at McKeon Park. He's a long reliever. He started at SNHU.
Hit over towards short and through for a base hit past Blackwell. And Kyle Ball reaching base for the 3rd time in a row tonight. That should be ruled as a hit, a single for Kyle Ball. That is counted as a single. 1-out single for Kyle Ball as he stands on first base. Mitch Hardigan now at the plate. He reached on a walk in his last appearance. Part of that ended up reaching home as part of that Ryan Romano grand slam. First pitch misses low to Mitch Hardigan. Count at 1-0. Hardigan's average now at .217 on the season. He lofts that one out into left center field. That's going to be called on by Keishel and he'll make the grab out in left field for out number 2.
Not bad contact by Hardigan on that one. Unfortunately, just hung up a bit for Kuchel to get under it.
Ball having to retreat back to first, and with 2 away, Ryan Proto steps up to the plate, who's 1 for 4 on his line. A single was his most recent appearance. He's in the right-handed box. Righty on righty as he lines that one out towards center field. That's going to be McKenzie coming on over to his left and making the grab for out number 3. And that's going to end the top half of the 7th inning as the HarborHawks go down. No runs, 1 hit only as Kyle Ball left stranded on first. We head to the bottom of the 7th on the HarborHawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the HarborHawks, and you're listening to the HarborHawk Network.
Corey Acton steps up to the plate to start here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. A beautiful rendition by some of the youth here at Eldridge Park before we started this inning off. As
was that Take Me Out to the Ball Game they sung?
It was Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Something that the Firebirds have done. I've seen it quite a bit on their Instagram. Every home game that they have, they'll get all the kids that want to do it in the park. They'll just make a little announcement. A herd of kids will come running over to the mic, and they'll all sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" all together.
Oh, I should have gone over there with them.
Right, you could have added a
That's
little.
Too bad.
Added a beautiful voice, another beautiful voice to it.
Thank you. I'll have to get my chance at Hyannis sometime this year.
You really should. We've seen some of our interns sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." You should do it too.
We'll see. I'm not exactly next up on American Idol, so.
I mean, is anybody really?
Our PA announcer, Marc, he has a great voice.
That is true.
He definitely could be on that show.
We've seen Marc do the national anthem a handful of times. A fabulous job from him. Some might even say it's fantabulous. Count now at 2 balls and 1 strike to Corey Acton. Acton 1 for 3, a single and 2 strikeouts on his line. Cooper McKeon back on the mound, getting ready for his 3rd inning of work. Brings that one home. That's ripped up the middle. A diving catch from Romano is made for out number 1.
Have a day, Ryan Romano. Flashed the leather. show the lumber. Got a grand slam, a diving catch. Look at that.
Making an appearance for player of the game tonight. He's been electric at the plate and in the field. And now, with one away, Trey Harmon is going to step up to the plate. Harmon also 1 for 3, 2 Ks, and a single. Watches that one go by for a strike one. Count it 0-1 to Harmon. Harmon out at first base. He's had a couple of good grabs over there at first. McKeon comes set, the left-hander. Ready for the 0-1. Pitch comes in. Swung on and missed. Strike two.
McKeon's been money out of the bullpen. He did allow the solo home run, but it's been harmless now if you look at the scoreboard. Doesn't come back to haunt them.
Yeah, McKeon with 2 1/3 innings pitched. Only allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run. One of those runs was a home run. And then has 5 strikeouts. Make that 6 now as Harmon goes down swinging.
Yeah, McKeon. And we mentioned how good his stuff is. It's a nasty changeup, great breaking ball, and an electric fastball. And when he puts it all together, he becomes near unhittable.
McKeon's breaking ball has been fantastic tonight as Justin Mickness steps it back up. Speaking of that home run, one of the 2 runs off of McKeon tonight, one of those was Mickness's home run. A solo shot over the right field wall. Home run gave Orleans the lead back in that 5th inning of play as that pitch finds his own. McKeon with the pitch. That one hit up the middle, picked out of the air by McKeon himself. He'll toss it over to first for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Firebirds. We head now to the 8th. Harbor Hawks up 12-6 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujols. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Mason Greer going to start us off. Ryan Romano on deck. And Clark Elliott will be in the hole to start us off here in the 8th inning of play as the first pitch to Mason Greer comes in. That misses for ball 1. Jeffrey Prommel back on the rubber as Greer faces that 1-0 count.
Unfortunately for Ryan Romano, he can't hit a grand slam this inning because he's the second batter up. So unless they bat around, I guess.
Greer in his last appearance went down with a flyout. He's 1 for 4 on his line so far with a single, 2 Ks, and that flyout. Count even at 1. Pitch comes in, misses outside, ball 2. Prommel, the right-hander, spikes that one in the dirt near the feet of Greer. That one bounces past the glove of Mickness. That brings the count to 3-1 now. Nobody out, nobody on yet, as Mason Greer, the first batter of this inning. Greer's been able to bring his average to 121 as he swings at that one, fouls it off. 3-2 the count.
Good at bat by Greer. He's had a couple of full counts tonight. He's done a good job fighting off some tough pitches.
This is his 3rd of 5 appearances with a full count. As the pitch from Prommel misses high, ball 4. Mason Greer reaches on a walk for the first time tonight.
Good at bat by Greer and Lincoln. We're over the 3-hour mark in this ball game.
We are just about 6 minutes over the 3-hour mark.
Couple of long nights.
Another enthusiastic fan from the roadway yelling, "Let's go Harbor Hawks," actually.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I heard, let's go Harbor Hawks.
Let's go Hawks.
Yeah. Chopped down the third baseline, foul from Ryan Romano.
It's either that or the Hawks are hot, one of the two.
Hey, either one, it's in our favor, you know?
All right.
I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it here. We've heard a lot of, come on, Firebirds, let's go Orleans, all that stuff.
Yeah, but we'll take that. Let's go Hawks. Hawks are hot.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
All right. They are hot.
The Hawks are indeed hot.
Bats are scorching.
Romano, one of the big reasons that the Hawks are hot, had that grand slam in the 6th inning, part of a 7-run inning for the Harbor Hawks there. They now lead 12-6 in the top of the 8th inning. Romano fixing up the right-handed box a little bit before stepping in. Count at 1-1. Pitch from Prommel. Flown down the first base side. That's going to head off of the netting down the first base line. And that brings the count to 1-2 now.
Romano's put some good swings together tonight. Obviously the grand slam, but been making a lot of contact.
Prommel looking for that first out here with the 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Romano goes down swinging for out number 1 as he starts grabbing his side there. We hope he's okay.
Some of the Harbor Hawks, not the Harbor Hawks, some of the Firebirds making some comments for the dugout on a possible injury. That's not very sportsmanship-like, I guess.
It's not, no.
Not good sportsmanship there. Well, it looks like he's all right. He's back in the dugout, so
we'll see if
Romano's okay.
We'll see if he makes his way out for the field in the bottom of the 8th as Clark Elliott watches that one go low for ball 1. Elliott having himself another day. He's reached base in 4 of his last 5 attempts. 2 singles, 2 walks, and he has a ground out as well. Count becomes even at 1-1 as someone revs their truck up on their way by. Had a couple of loud engines, loud screamers from the road. Pitch to Elliott. Gets past the glove of Mickness. That's going to allow Greer to reach second very easily as he jogs his way in there. Runner in scoring position now for Clark Elliott. Elliott has reached home twice himself. Greer on second has reached home once. And Dom Johnson getting some practice hacks in on the on-deck circle. Due up here after this at-bat from Elliott. Johnson having himself a night. He's reached home 3 times Also has 3 hits on the night. Pitch from Prommel. Ripped up towards second. That's going to be picked up by Chatinier. The throw to first is in time. That's out number 2, a 4-3 putout on a hard hit ground ball from Elliott, but it was just in reach of Chatinier.
He was right on that ball as he hit it hard to second base, and at least he moves the runner up 90 feet to third base. So a productive out by Elliott, moving the runner up 90 feet closer to scoring.
Mason Greer now at third. Dom Johnson at the plate. Like I mentioned, he's reached home 3 times, reached on base all 5 times tonight. He's 3 for 4 overall, 2 singles, a double, reached on a fielder's choice and walked. Also has a couple of stolen bases to his name tonight. Fouls that one first pitch off for an 0-1 count. You know, a lot of fans from Eldridge Park have left the game due to the weather, but one person that hasn't is the Birdman, who remains at the top of that ridge down the first base side.
He has a Cardinal costume, but the face is open, so you can see his human face.
It's so unsettling,
and then
to be honest.
There's a beak above his head.
No. It's so unsettling. I heard that he actually bought the costume himself.
He's having fun.
Yeah, he is. You love to see it. Strike 3 called as Johnson swings and misses at that one. 2 strikeouts in that inning for Jeffrey Prom as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Harbor Hawks maintain that 12-6 lead on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name's Caden Rose. I'm an infielder for the Harbor Hawks, and you're listening to the Harbor Hawk Network.
Julio Marcano set to start us off here as he'll be pinch hitting in place of Benjamin Blackwell. But before we get started here with Cooper McKeon on the mound, a quick word from our sponsor, Milton Cat. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit miltoncat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Today's game, a battle between the Harbor Hawks and the Orleans Firebirds, the battle of the birds. As McKeon brings home this pitch to Marcano. That one misses inside. Count now at 1-2.
I think 1-0 now on the count.
Oh, I was looking at the point streak scoreboard. They still had it up from the last inning as that one's ripped down the third base line. Foul. Count now at 1-1. Do apologize for that. The point streak scoreboard still wasn't updated fully. I can't see the scoreboard here from Eldridge Park, so I'm trying to read it off of point streak here. Julio Marcano, part of the twin Marcano brothers on the Firebirds, as he's in the right-handed box. Swings at that breaking ball, can't find it. 1-2 the count.
Neither of the Marcano twins in the starting lineup tonight for the Firebirds. Usually we see at least one of the two. We saw both of them last time the Firebirds came to McKeon Park. They were the starting shortstop and second baseman. The Harbor Hawks had the Romano twins of their own with the Romanos.
One ripped down the third base line. Backhanded attempt from Greer can't be made as that gets past his glove. Marcano reaches first in his first at-bat of the night.
And a defensive substitution as Trent Taylor has come into the ballgame at second base for Ryan Romano. We hope that Ryan Romano is okay. Talked with Taylor a little bit about playing second base since he didn't play a lot of it at UCF. He said he played some second base during summer ball last year and a little bit this year with Pittsfield, so he's not unfamiliar to it.
Peyton Chatinier now at the plate as this pitch comes in, finds the zone for strike one. It's good to see that Taylor can play both ends of the defensive side, infield and outfield.
Much like Caden Rose.
No, the scouts love to see those players that can play multiple positions. Ball misses outside for 1-1. Chatinier with one hit tonight, a double back in the fourth. He swings at that one, can't find it. 1-2 the count.
Harbor Hawks with a combined 28 runs over their last two games. Still some ball game left tonight too. The bats are hot.
Those are some massive numbers as that one's flown out into shallow right field. That's going to be Johnson coming in and making the grab. He's going to miss the throw. He's not going to throw it to first where Harris was waiting for the throw, and so that's one away. Meanwhile, Marcano retreating back to first.
Nice job by Johnson showing off the wheels and the range to come all the way in and get that one. Not an easy play. You have to run a mile to get there.
And that's going to bring Luke Keischel to the plate now. Keischel has 2 singles on his line. He's 2 for 4. Hitting to a 4-6-3 double play in the first. Had that first single, a ground out, and then a single as well as he watches that first pitch go by. 4 strike 1, 0-1 the count. It is now just about 9:50. We're almost at that 3.5 hour mark. Back pick over to first. The tag is in time. Woo! A beautiful back pick from Proto over to first base. Harris with an amazing tag. As Julio Marcano is picked off over at first. Meanwhile, the count goes to 0-2 to Luke Keischel.
Nice throw by Proto and Zane Harris in the right spot to slap the tag. Nice job by Hyannis. Great play all around.
Base is now empty. 0-2. McKeon with the pitch. Swung on and missed. Drop third strike. Proto picking that one up behind him. Throw to first is in time. An unorthodox 1-2-3 inning, but a 1-2-3 inning nonetheless as we head to the ninth. Harbor Hawks up by 6 on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
I'm Hunter Furtado, number 5, left-hand pitcher from Wake Forest.
I'm Austin Wallace, number 18, left-handed pitcher from the University of Texas.
And you're listening to
the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Harbor Hawks Baseball Network here for the top half of the 9th inning, the last full frame of tonight's game between the Harbor Hawks and the Orleans Firebirds. Zane Harris starting us off. Nick Romano on deck as that one's ripped down to shortstop and picked out of the air by Blackwell for a quick out number 1.
Well, there's your classic hit the ball as hard as you can and crush it, but it's hit right at somebody.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those unfortunate hits tonight and many more throughout the season. As with one away, Nick Romano steps to the plate as the DH with Kyle Ball now on deck. Nick Romano, his most recent time on base was after a double back in the 6th. He's 1 for 5 on his line overall. 1 ground out, 3 strikeouts, and a double. Romano back in the right-handed box as Prommel ready to go. Here's the pitch. Lofted down the first base side. That's heading towards foul territory, and that's going to drop just out of reach of Chatinier. He got on his horse trying to make that one.
Ended up near the Birdman in foul territory. Saying hello.
Should have got a picture opportunity. Should have got a little picture with him before heading on back out.
I think he's all set on pictures with Birdman.
He probably is.
I think the Firebirds they might just tune him out at this point of the year.
They might, yeah.
I'm sure he's been to almost every home game, if not every home game.
I'm sure that first game, though, was kind of a... I'm sure it got old quickly where he was, every pitch. That one hit over towards third, picked up by Locklear. Long throw over to first is in time. Out number 2 on the 5-3 putout.
Good efficient inning by Prommel. He's been having a solid night in relief for the Firebirds.
Prommel has been very effective on the mound, especially in this half inning, as Kyle Ball now steps up with 2 away. Ball has reached base in each of his last 3 attempts on an error in the 4th and 2 singles in the 6th and the 7th.
Been really impressed with Jeffrey Prommel tonight. 2 2/3 scoreless with just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts out of the Firebirds bullpen. Good effort from him.
Ball now faces an 0-1 count after that one finds his own. Prommel comes home, misses just low, below the knees at 1-1. Spiked on the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count. 2 ball. Ball once again at shortstop from Stetson. He's ready to go here, shaking off his bat a little bit. Does his routine, and he's ready to go. Prommel comes set, brings his glove up to his ear and then down to his belt. This one lofted down the first base line. That's going to drop into foul territory, and a sliding grab from Chase DeLauder is in time for out number 3. And a beautiful catch there for out number 3 as the Harbor Hawks go down in order, bottom of the 9th, coming up on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Hi, my name is Marcos Pujos. I'm the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks. You're listening to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, the last chance coming up for the Orleans Firebirds, who trail 12-6 here in the bottom of the ninth, as Chase DeLauder will start us off. Tyler Locklear will be on deck, and Jared McKenzie will be in the hole. Chase DeLauder ended the top half of the ninth with a magnificent sliding catch out there in right field as he grounds that one to second. That's going to be picked up by Taylor for out number one. Trent Taylor, who came in for Ryan Romano after last inning, with a good first out here in the ninth.
Nice play by Taylor. Pretty simple ground ball. Set your feet, make the throw, and get the out. And Cooper McKeon has been terrific out of the bullpen, 4 1/3, just the solo shot, Lincoln, and he has responded terrifically since giving up that home run.
Yeah, McKeon only giving up 3 hits total. He struck out 7 as he brings that first pitch home. That one misses for ball 1. Locklear now at the plate, 0 for 2 on his line, 0 for 3 that is. Reached on an error in the first, struck out in the third, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and flew out in the sixth. Pitch from McKeon comes in. That misses high, 2-0 the count.
Close pitch there, 85 miles per hour.
McKeon looking for that out number 2 here to inch the Harbor Hawks closer to a series win against the Firebirds. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-1 the count.
Good pitch there by McKeon at 86, low in the zone with a little bit of tail to it. Tough pitch to hit. This guy's still going.
Birdman as loud as ever, as the 2-1 pitch from McKeon is on its way. Breaking ball, misses outside, ball 3. No, the man in the Cardinal suit has been relatively quiet since the bats turned on for Hyannis. He started out extremely loud early on, walking around, yelling every other pitch, every other second, I should say.
The Ryan Romano grand slam, I thought it sent him packing, but evidently he does not leave until the final out.
As it said, it's not over till the fat lady sings. As that pitch misses inside, Locklear reaches with a 1-out walk.
We'll see if they ask McKeon to finish this inning. A lot of pitches thrown tonight. He's been effective, but it's a good cushion. Not a bad idea to let him finish. He's been good, but you know, pitch count can always play a factor. How far he can go.
McKeon now with 55 pitches total as he brings that pitch home. First pitch to Jared McKenzie is up high for ball 1.
I'd say he can go about 70 maximum. Not necessarily a starter. He had started a game for us, but he's more of your long relief kind of guy.
The 1-0. Fouled off the foot of McKenzie as that evens count at 1. McKenzie from Baylor University. He's originally from Round Rock, Texas, home of the Dragons. Round Rock near the Austin area. Home of the, I think it's one of the world's largest edible donuts, actually, at Round Rock Donuts.
They make, okay.
Yes, yeah.
No, it's like, I thought you said it's one of the world's largest. I thought they just had like a donut you could eat sitting there 24/7. That was just like the biggest one ever.
No, there's a donut place in Round Rock called.
Makes the biggest donuts.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. There's a.
Glad we clarified that.
Yeah, sorry. There's a donut place in Round Rock called Round Rock Donuts, and they make this magnificent, huge donut. That one fouled off. That's going to bring the count at 1-2.
It is giant donut on display that you could eat, but now it's not edible because it's been sitting there for so long.
It's been closed for COVID reasons.
Yeah.
No, it's just they make these donuts. They're bigger than your head, literally bigger than your head.
Lots of calories.
A lot of calories, yes. 2-2 the count. McKeon comes set. Pitch comes in. Grounded over to short. Taylor tosses it over to second for 1. The throw from ball can't be made as they'll get the out at second. But McKenzie is going to reach on a fielder's choice.
Good play by Taylor at second base. been good and since coming into that ball game defensively.
One out left to get for the Harbor Hawks as Jack Bolger is now going to step up to the plate. Bolger actually came up in the 7th inning as he's 0 for 1. Pitch from McKeon is lofted and fouled. Count goes to 0-1 now. Bolger did come in the 7th inning. He's 0 for 1 with a line out in the 7th. Line out, that diving play from then Romano. As that one misses up and away for ball 1.
We got
some Harbor Hawks fans matching the yelling of Cardinal Man.
It might be the bullpen.
Just matching off and on as that one swung on and missed, but it gets past Proto. It's going to allow McKenzie to reach second now. McKenzie, now the furthest that a base runner has reached for the Firebirds since the 5th inning when Mickness hit that home run. Bolger with a 1-2 count. McKeon, 1 strike left to get. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball past Proto once again, off of his glove, bring the count to 2-2. That's going to allow McKenzie now to third base. He's 90 feet away from scoring another run for the Firebirds, their first run since that 5th inning home run. Score now at 12-6 in favor of the Harbor Hawks. The Harbor Hawks' big score due thanks to a big inning in the 6th, that 7-run inning. A very, very offensive inning for the Harbor Hawks. 2-2. Lots of yelling as McKeon comes home, misses down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
Not a bad pitch there, but a good take. See where McKeon goes here, full count. Final strike.
A little bit more yelling. Some kids getting in the mix now. Trying to match Birdman.
It's just people yelling everywhere now. We've just devolved into just screaming across the field.
Austin, you want to switch off screams real quick? Just do it, do it. 3-2, misses down low, ball 4. Bolger reaches on a walk. As Trey Harmon is now going to step up to the plate. Runners on the corners.
Hey, the Firebirds not going down without a fight here. We've seen the Harbor Hawks have a little bit of an unfortunate turn of events when they had Wareham on the ropes with 2 away in that 9th inning. But Wareham tied the game. Now the Firebirds would need a 6-run 2-out rally rather than just a 2-run 2-out rally. They're going to get one here.
Ball gets past Proto. He's going to toss it home. The play at the plate is not in time. The throw was in time, but the glove of McKeon could not keep the ball in as McKenzie reaches home, and the Firebirds now trail 12-7.
Mound visit time.
Old Coach Korn is going to step on out to the mound as Austin. This has been a fairly great game for the Harbor Hawks on both ends. Pitching and hitting has been fantastic.
It's been
all
a great
throughout.
Game. Yeah, I mean, you can't bounce back better really than this tonight for the Harbor Hawks. Yes, 7 runs have come across for the Firebirds, but they've been kind of scattered, a couple of hits here and there. But for the Harbor Hawks to respond to last night's game, where it's so easy, like in a game where you score 16 runs and lose, for your bats to come in the next day a little bit slow or kind of, man, we just poured on 16 and couldn't get the win yesterday, and then come up a little bit, relaxed or not feeling it. But tonight, coming out 12 runs, 12 hits, you can't ask for a better performance.
12-7, now the score. Harmon at the plate. McKeon back up. It's his inning to finish. He has a game to finish as well. Here's the pitch. That misses up high, ball 1. Apologize. Count now goes to 2-0. McKeon behind in the count a little bit. Runner at second. Now that is Jack Bolger at second base. Pitch comes in, grounded down the third base line. Picked up on the backhand by Greer. Throw to first is in time. Final out is made. The Harbor Hawks defeat the Orleans Firebirds 12-7 and take the season series 2-1.
Great job by the Harbor Hawks to come in tonight. The bats were hot. A grand slam by Ryan Romano, and what a job by the offense. 12 runs on 12 hits. Lincoln and the pitching staff keeping them in the ball game late. Nice job by Cooper McKeon in relief.
Good job on both ends of the ball, both sides of the ball from the Harbor Hawks, as that'll do it. The Harbor Hawks complete the 3-game road trip tonight in Orleans, as we'll be heading back home tomorrow. Tomorrow's game against the Cotuit Kettleers for our 5th showdown against the Kettleers. But for now, that's going to do it for us from Eldridge Park. For our Director of Broadcast, Harrison Meyers, our producer, Matt Noah, our sideline reporter, Taylor Farmer, and my broadcast partner, Austin DeCouta, I'm Lincoln Revill saying so long, good night, and God bless. Hawks win!